Good afternoon. Hello, everyone. Yeah, look at that green screen malfunction, baby. Love it. Absolutely love it. Welcome to the beginning of the end. We're on like session 30, 31, not entirely sure. But this is leading into the finale of this campaign. Let us jump over to our location. And I got there first. I wonder why. There we go. Nice and loady. Now back into deep sort. Hello.
Hello.
Am I a robot?
No.
Cool. All right. Everyone like lit up for a second, so I was like, oh god, no. The establishment is coming down around me. All right.
Oh god, everyone's here.
Excellent. Everyone. Oh, mostly
Social
everyone.
anxiety kicking.
Yes. I wasn't sure how many people I could throw
Wait,
here.
People watching? Didn't tell me this.
Yes, exactly. Everyone's watching you guys.
Oh my god.
Okay, so of course there will be steps to this. Does everyone remember where we left off?
Building a camp to intercept the big bad thing.
The big breakfast, exactly.
Yeah, that
Big
thing.
breakfast.
The big
Lots of big breakfast.
Alrighty. You are indeed correct, good sir. Alrighty, so to abstract what the camp looks like, effectively we have told Droon, Karth, Isimine, and Noth, they're all going to go off on their own. No one's leaving just yet. Everyone's still in the camp. We're just kind of camping up. We're setting up tents, getting everything nice and situated. The weather today is quite nice, minus the not violent winds, but they kick up occasionally. We can venture to guess why that is, of course. I put everyone's spiritual guardians down here. They're kind of just going to chill. As you guys arrive at the camp, you do see that a lot of the Yuan-Ti are already here, specifically from the camps that you guys had visited in the past, and also others you don't necessarily recognize, the ones that Karth went out to get. Urrit, you recognize some of the foolhardy mercenaries that maybe didn't take, not necessarily your warnings, but your challenge, maybe? Your opportunity too seriously. Maybe some didn't arrive due to fear. All the same, these are seeking glory. They are scattered throughout the area, discussing things with each other. Some of them are already taking to early drinking, but they seem to be in a pretty good jovial mood. There is a back section of the camp, which Onel is helping people set up. So is Salil, you notice. He's setting up a temporary shop, which is very much like him. Our boy did not arrive, as he is staying back for obvious reasons. And you guys know that Tranquil is to meet with Yashiro. It is probably going to be in one of the larger tents off to the side, but you see plenty, when I say plenty, I mean, yes?
Off to the side, as in Yashiro himself is nearby?
He's going to be here very soon, yeah, so let me kind of go, boop, yeah, there we go, he's not here.
Oh,
Yes.
You killed him, waifu.
just wait till I tell Sarabi.
Yes, so you know he is going to arrive. Tranquil said that. There are other commanders that are also going to be here. There is essentially a row of various tents that are set up and are being set up to accommodate these various generals and such. This is very, very last second, as mentioned before. No one really took your guys' warnings too seriously, and this is kind of off in the middle of nowhere in Shunhill. The only real close town is Sakai, so I won't say you recognize all the faces, but as you guys have traveled there multiple times, you do recognize a pretty good portion of them. The soldiers, you actually recognize some of these from Sakai specifically. Some of them traveled from not too far, maybe a town or so over, maybe some local guards and such. They're all dressed in their appropriate regalia, and they are setting up shop effectively. And since what we're going to do here is there are already folk going out to set the traps and such, right? The ones that you guys mentioned, the larger ones to slow the beast down, as going out there is incredibly dangerous. But we've already sent things forward, so they're already going to begin work on that. Looking over the horizon, you can see the winds whipping. Not a single animal is to be seen flying through the sky. Nothing is skirting over the desert sands, and besides the whirling of wind, all seems to be quiet.
This is unusual, right?
Somewhat, yes. Creatures do tend to hide, but not to this degree. So essentially what we'll be doing on this day, this is the day of setup. You guys may, speak with, do what you want to do. And then from what Tranquil told you, the next day is when everyone's going to militarize and we're going to move outward.
Are we expecting Tranquil back today or tomorrow?
Tranquil came with you guys, so he's here. Tranquil is here to meet Yashiro.
Sorry, so out of his meeting then.
The meeting is done. He finished the meeting last time.
Oh, well
Yeah.
then we had to talk to him.
Yeah, so Tranquil came. So after the meeting, he talked to you guys last session.
Oh, he did?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, when he was sent off to speak with Yashiro and other generals, that was the beginning of the day, and then near the end of the session, you guys asked him a whole bunch of questions. You can, of course, ask him more. Now is the time to talk to people, so if you want to get anything situated, now's the time to do that. If there's not an NPC present, either the token isn't here, or I misclicked and they disappeared on accident, so...
They died in the forward
They-
scouting mission.
They died, exactly. They kerputted. I will say the journey here, while long, as per usual, we know how long it takes to get here, unmarred. Nothing attacked you. Nothing attempted to assault your caravan on the way here.
If they're all hiding, that makes sense.
Usually you see an animal or something in the distance looming, watching. But this time, silence. So what do we all wish to do?
I mean, Earth would probably go to the highest point he can find to get like a vantage point or something. But...
Okay, just kind of having a look out?
Yeah, just get a lay of the land, basically.
I'll join for that.
Sure.
I also need to get a vista down there, you know.
Of course. Yeah, you gotta unlock them all, obviously. All right. As you walk up and press F, the camera rotates around you, right? And while we're enjoying this wonderful bit of scenery, we're gonna rewind slightly. I know we mentioned last time you wanted to change warding bond for reduce and enlarge.
Rudo, yeah.
Probably just enlarge, but all the same. We'll say while canonically how this is basically going to go down is you're kind of sort of sitting and relaxing, and as you're looking over the field, you see all the various UNT setting up camp. You see various mercenaries, and then all the soldiers of Shun Hill doing the same. And during this time, you feel Drak behind you, and he can feel your intent. By this point, Urit, you have not received this new ability, so Drak is going to present it to you. And he says, "Friend Urit,
Yes.
I have a feeling I can offer you something you would quite like."
I had that feeling, yes.
His
I've been thinking, actually. I think my friends have gotten to a point where they can quite easily defend themselves.
he nods at that.
And I think it might be time for me to go on the offense, so to speak.
He smiles widely. "Precisely what I was hoping you would say." And he sort of slams his axe into the dirt next to you. And he motions to himself, the very, very large lizard folk in front of you. And he says, if I could if I could impart my ability to, well, and he kind of flexes like jokingly at you, not mocking how small you are compared to him, but just like showing off. I can tell that, well, I'm not entirely sure how you do it, but you're able to grow, and it is quite impressive. Of course, not as impressive as me, but if we were to, well, let's say put our heads together, I do believe I could assist you a bit with this offensive capability you so seek, yes?
Sure. Would it help if you could see how I grow?
Of course it would, yes. I've seen it, but I have no idea how it works. It's quite
Give
interesting.
me a second.
Of course.
Urid is going to, basically strip down.
Okay.
Take off his armor at least.
Yeah.
Have his skin exposed. And he'll, cast Giant's Might, basically.
Okay.
And the one thing he'll notice, or at least Drak notices, that his entire body, it used to be, just like normal, basically, skin.
Mhm.
But as he channels his power, the runic magic basically expands over his entire body, as tattoos, basically.
He cheers at that, very excited. Ooh, I only saw from the outside. I had no idea it was quite so intriguing. Truly, Urit, you are a mystery. A mystery worth looking into, of course. I am glad to have met you. Fortunately, not stuck away in some stuffy old cave to rot.
Yes. Men like you, men like us. Well, we have once for the world, don't we?
Yes, the Wanderlust has bit both of us, I would say. And he smiles at that, and you do now feel that you have the ability to cast Enlarge Reduce on yourself, or other things, of course, but we know what you're going to use it for. Go big mode, basically.
Bigger boy.
Yeah. And Kiara, you followed him up and
I'm
kind
going
of saw
to
this
enlarge
conversation.
myself and then reduce myself back down. So I'm small but very strong.
Yeah, so you use you use Giant Smite and then cast Reduce on yourself. Excellent. Back to where we were.
Is that better?
As all things should be.
Oh god, dying. He's more stout than ever
I'm
before.
joking on my milkshake.
It's okay.
Oh no!
Cool.
Don't do that.
That's not okay, but the milkshake is okay.
Oh, it's so good.
What flavor is it?
Jealous.
Just vanilla.
Excellent.
Milkshake flavor.
Super sweet though.
Still jealous.
Milk flavored.
Yeah.
All right, Kiara, you sort of
Still my
see this display in front of you.
The runes are fascinating.
Very. They are etched into my soul, so to speak.
Your soul?
Yes.
That sounds like demon magic.
No, nothing quite like that. They are overlaid, not, well, literally, carved out.
Ah, okay.
You
Big
see,
difference.
you say that, Kiara, and you feel your pack jiggle slightly.
The difference with that boy over there is that his chains are literally tied into his soul.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'll open up my pack.
Okay.
What was jiggling?
What do you think?
I'll pull out the queens.
Oh, not the urn.
Oh, him?
You said demon magic.
Alright, I'll pull out the urn.
Okay. It like vibrates in your hand a little. You can tell he's anxious. He can tell there's a battle coming.
I'll crack it open just a smidge.
Okay. He comes out just a smidge, and you can.
Is he like super tiny version?
Sure. A trail smoke
Oh boy.
piddles out from.
His voice also is small.
Yes.
Give me a moment. So the smoke trail piddles out from the urn, and you see your little Dahaka on the floor, standing maybe half a foot. And he looks up to you and says,
Mistress, does a battle await us?
Oh god.
Yes.
I can smell the blood in the air.
Wait, do they have blood?
Everything has blood.
Alright, we're at a good vantage point, right?
yes.
I'm gonna nudge him over to the edge.
Okay.
And point to everyone in camp.
He looks down, you can just see him like shudder with excitement.
Those are big fat no-no.
Oh, we're not killing those?
No, you hurt them, I shove you back in your urn.
Are we killing the strange little scurrying ones? Like the ones you sent me into that wonderful hovel to destroy?
Well, they won't be small.
And these will be scarier than those.
Good. I like that.
Alright. As soon as they arrive, I'll let you out.
Wonderful, mistress.
I'll close the lid.
As he is pulled back into the urn.
You hear like the high-pitched cackling.
It just dopplers away and then echoes a bit as it goes into the urn.
Hub, can you check your mic, please?
Why?
It's picking up my laughs.
I mean, high-pitched lags. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's
I can
fine,
hear
yeah,
me when I'm
roughly
talking,
normal.
too.
Can you guys hear her?
Only when she's a bit loud.
Okay.
I'm not even that
It
loud.
might be, it might be turned.
I'm asking you to check it.
I know, I am. There's only so much I can do until it's off. Alright. That should help a wee bit.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Precisely.
Yes.
And while they're doing
They
this,
bleed now?
the bug boys do, yeah. I mean, not blood, but they gush, that's for sure.
The viscera.
Yeah,
The ether.
there's guts in there to come out, and that's what you're hoping for.
I mean, I think my Dahaka just wants blood and guts to come out, right?
Yes,
I
That's
mean,
all that matters then.
he wants that wet like Cobb does.
more so
Wants
can
a
he
very
eat it?
different
Can
kind
he
of
feed it?
It's a very
It would
different
be,
way.
it would be kind of shitty to send him in and then find out that he can't actually eat the blood and sustain himself, and just dies.
That is true.
I'll have to find out.
Also, they
hope
literally
he
eat
dies
magic,
someday.
and the Haka as a demon is technically magic, right?
Also, he's not native to this plane, so it's somewhat dangerous, but all the same. You guys have been
Oh,
trying to
right.
kill him
It's-
this whole time, so...
It's literally going to be a suck off.
Yeah, basically.
A suck off.
Yeah, the great suck-off. As you do.
Thanks, I hate it.
You're welcome. All right, during this moment, while they're up there, Valen, what are you doing?
Go check in on the Oscars, I guess, because they're here, right?
They're here, yeah.
I'll go check in with them. Maybe one last little training session.
Sure. Cobb is very excited to join in on this training session. Kind of a last warm-up, reminding them like what spells to use, how to the proper like casting form and whatnot, just to make sure everyone's in tip-top shape. They are excited. They are ready. They brought more than just their weapons. They are suited and ready for war.
Can't wait to see Cobb turn into a corn mammoth.
Big corn mammoth?
I don't think Cobb is quite that advanced. I'm not that advanced.
You would have to be what, a 8th level Gorn?
I'll
9th
get there.
level? CR is memory.
You'd have to be to wild shape into it. That's level 20.
Damn it.
You'll get there.
I still can't wait.
You'll get
One
there.
day,
It might just
One
be
day.
It might just be a little elephant, pretty
mean,
cute.
Cool.
a baby elephant.
Probably
Yeah.
don't die anyway, so you know.
By then, he'll be a very terrifying piece of corn, though, won't he?
Yeah.
Yes, he will.
We may or may not see him back as the next villain.
No, not Cobb.
And as you finish this quick training montage, Valen sort of re-greeting everyone. Then Jar Clan is also here, of course, and they have all of their ilk. Everyone's sort of they're all greeting each other. You can tell that there are some friends and foes, but they are willing to put aside any old grudges for now, of course.
I mean, this is a bigger grudge, so.
Exactly, this is much more important. And the more you kill, the more honor you can bring to your clan. So hell yes.
Oh, well, everyone's about to be very honored right now.
Correct. Only cowards wouldn't fight for their country. And they look about, and as they're sort of talking to each other, and they're telling stories like left and right, just kind of trying. They're basically just one-upping each other. There's a very long line of that. And Cobb begins to speak with you, Valen, as you kind of finish up your little training montage, and he's like, "Oh, I feel so strong, Mr. Valen. He like flexes his little leafy arms. Just, I do feel like you've taught me many things, and I can fight. I'm ready for you. Yes, I can punch. I can cast a magic."
I'll walk up to him a little bit closer. Give me a punch. Hit me.
He's like charging, and then he goes to strike you. All right.
What?
Oh God, he hit 3 times.
How did he miss?
What do you just catch his little mitt?
I just like had my hand out and let him hit my hand.
Okay, he just like sticks you right in the middle palm, and he like slowly pulls his leaf back and goes, "Ooh, I am quite powerful.
4 times?
I did warn you." What?
I see the message 4 times.
You do?
I see it times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
See
weird.
it once.
Yeah.
Might be.
Is
I think it just lagged for a second for
Probably
us.
that.
What if I do it again? That one? Okay.
Yeah, that was 1.
Cool. I'll check. I would say, oh god, if I attack once and 4 times per time, no thanks.
Yeah, no thanks.
All right. He says, "Oh no, but
It's
Valen,
not an 8
I
though. It's not an 8 though.
you see 8. Yeah, it is an 8. That's just bad luck. I rolled a 5
Disgust.
twice. Easy curse.
Unfortunate.
Not
Poor,
cursed.
poor little corn.
Not cursed. We're good.
He's
Stop
trying, it's fine.
Like rolling 5s all day. We're fine. And he says,
I mean, if
"No,
you were level 1, we would also hit that hard.
true. Good old +3 to hit."
I do feel strong though, Valiant. I feel like I just need a moment, and then my strength will flow, and I can assist.
He doesn't have the grandpa voice anymore. He's
I'm working on it.
definitely stronger now.
Yeah, exactly. I've gotten stronger. I have
gotten
the power
younger.
now.
Younger.
A little,
He has
yeah.
rejuvenated.
Correct. Yes. Much like old fruit, I age backwards. I'm a vegetable though.
Oh.
Close enough.
Don't worry about it. Okay. I'm getting there.
He's Benjamin buttoning.
Exactly.
No.
right. And as you guys are kind of having this conversation, I assume the two of you kind of swing back down to meet with Valen. We'll say Kovu was sort of watching your little training montage, Valen, and then your discussion with Cobb. He's taking everything in. He's been in Shun Hill for a little while, but he's trying to familiarize himself with your people, all the friends on it. And he was.
Yeah, he's. I imagine he's probably insanely curious who my friends are right now.
Oh, definitely. He was just talking with
What are
Grunoth.
friends?
Isimine, and he and Karth walk over. You can tell they were discussing something. And Karth walks up to your group as Kovu walks up to you. Kiara stands next to you.
Oh no, what are my two favorite people discussing?
Did you say that out loud?
Yes.
Did you say my two favorite people?
Yes.
Karth kind of feigns a smile at you and goes, "Oh, you're too kind, Kiara." But
Not really, but alright.
anyway, I have information for you. 2 bits of information. If you've the time, of course. Not busy, I assume.
Not yet.
He looks over the horizon and sort of just, and then looks back. And says, "We'll have reinforcements on the way. I have alerted our guard, and he has bestowed his knowledge upon me. That, hopefully, if things go according to plan, the ritual should be able to be completed."
Hold up!
Yes?
Is that Karth?
Yes?
I thought you said Noth.
No.
Oh, I'm so dumb.
Oh, indeed.
I take back what I said.
Wow.
We're not best friends. Alright, so this is to everyone
Kiara
except
invents
Kiara.
Time travel and goes back in time.
Kovu, I'm not entirely sure how many ears she has, but please cover those 2 large fluffy things. I'll see.
What?
I don't know if you have 2
Oh,
human
now
ears
you
under your
went
hair.
echoing.
No.
Alright, fine.
That's just weird.
That would be
Oh,
weird,
both
wouldn't
of
it?
you went.
Hmm?
Robot.
We did?
Yeah.
That's weird. Am I fine now?
No.
I'm not?
What? Fine for me.
Yeah, sounds fine
Oh,
for
you
me.
all went robots for me. Let me reconnect.
Sure. Okay, how's that?
Speak.
Speak.
That's
Well,
better.
Speak more, hub.
Speak more, is that better?
Yeah.
Cool.
He's dead. So,
Alright, robot the whole time would be very unfortunate.
right.
But he looks stolid. Says, 2 things. For one, our guard should be here within the day or so.
That's
You will be able
quite
to-
good news, yes.
Indeed, he works quite fast. He will be able to cast his magics, hopefully, as he sort of looks around. That will be able to put the beast off. While we do have somewhat of a surmountable force here, I'll be honest, there is no possible way we can beat back its might. We can slow it. We can attempt to stop it. But
That's the plan.
cannot.
Right.
And then he looks to each of you and kind of checks over his shoulder again real quick and says, "One more bit of information that I would like you to not share with anyone else
Okay.
regarding this situation. From what my eyes have told me," he thinks for a moment. Tries to recall how old Brune is. I'm not entirely sure he remembers, but this being, the thing that is on the way, is merely a fraction of the body of the beast that we're fighting.
Sure, that makes sense.
He nods. I believe that it resides under the water. This is merely a tendril. It is, well, attempting to drink directly from the source in the most aggressive way that it possibly can, without revealing its core, its actual self. As to not worry everyone around us, let's just pretend like this is the actual beast itself, yeah?
Ah, well, that's good to know, I guess. I've always been terrified of the water, but that's... I'm never
Precise.
setting foot on a boat again.
Just don't look down.
How are you gonna leave then?
Teleport magic.
Precise.
I'll ask my sister. It's fine.
One more thing. There is a certain someone I've been instructed to not tell you. It is on the way. That is all I can say.
It's not vague at all.
I know, right? Just know
It's
that we
not at
have
all.
backup, assistance.
I was about to say, friend or foe?
It's a friend. If it was a foe, I would Be more forthcoming, Kiara. You know me, don't you? He's just smiling at you.
Is it someone we know?
It is, and that is all I can say.
All right.
Rather ominous.
All the same, prepare yourselves. It looks like the armies are out there, setting up the various tools we brought them. This is a good plan. Should go quite well. I believe in all of it. Truly. You can tell he's not being sarcastic.
Thanks.
Nods at that, turns on his heel, and then goes over to speak with some of the various.
You heard that? Doro's coming back.
Doro's the best.
So he's gonna single-handedly beat the enemy.
With music!
Exactly.
He casts Legend Lore and finds out it's actually like a tiny enemy.
It's just like Mars attacks. You just play really bad music and their brains explode.
Yeah.
Bad
Oh.
music.
Wasn't it like really goofy opera? Wasn't it?
I don't remember.
I thought it was.
What, that Doro plays or that play?
No.
gets played
I
in
mean, like
Mars?
Doro's been like practicing the shittiest song specifically for the Devourer, the most discordant notes known to man.
I'm not sure.
I don't think Doro would ever do that.
I don't.
He
remember
wouldn't
any
lower
of
himself to that
conversation.
standard.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
know.
fair.
He might.
He might.
He might.
He comes running in with a kazoo,
Hell yeah.
No.
playing like the Titanic song.
I say Titanic in a
No.
remix of Titanic in Jurassic Park.
No. Please.
Hell yeah.
Dora would do some dumb shit like that.
Just cover your ears. You're fine.
Lord of the Rings theme with kazoo.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah. I'm excited for that, baby. Alrighty. So, as the day goes on, you guys kind of meander and speak with various folk, and during some of this downtime, some of the shops and whatnot are set up, and Yunoshiro should be just on the way. You guys are approached by Mr. Salil as he smiles, walks over to everyone, and goes, good afternoon, everyone. How are we?
Salil, nice to see you here.
I didn't expect to see you on the front line, honestly.
An opportunity to make, well, he just kind of points to everyone. Supplies are needed, yeah?
You aren't overcharging, are you?
I would never, Kiara.
He wouldn't need to. After this news, his name will be famous, would it?
I am the only merchant here, and I'll be honest, I can defend myself. Not in the front line, of course, but if some beastie is able to get by, I can shut it down quite quickly.
Yes.
Okay.
I will say, there's sort of a tick. He seems a little off. Wandering minds wish to know. Question to your group: would you happen to know a long-haired female? She seems to be an elf, half-elf, long, red, orange hair. Wouldn't happen to be an acquaintance of yours, would you?
No. What's
You
her
have a
name?
I have no idea, and you can see a fair level of annoyance in his eyes.
I cock my head. Why are you asking?
Well, I would prefer this didn't get out, but as you are my regular customers, you do swing by somewhat frequently. Do you recall my display? The one to the right of my desk.
Yes.
There
Yeah.
was a particular stone of, well, somewhat significance. I was looking into it. I believe one of you were in all the same. That large quake. Apparently this individual took that opportunity to... He's thinking to himself on how to phrase this properly. Sneak in through some form of portal. And, well, she essentially phased through my defenses and just sort of nabbed it for herself. I attempted to stop her, but...
Let's go.
Well, he
Yeah.
looks very
Wait, sorry,
annoyed.
she nabbed what?
God, we haven't
Yes.
seen her, right?
These characters haven't now. Kobu has.
Yeah, who has?
Kobu's like looking up like, what?
I mean,
He
would the description set him off?
he leans around you, Kiara.
With the portal, yes.
Could you describe that one more time, Salil? And he does, and Kobu goes, recognition in his face, and Salil's like, and he goes, no, I've never heard of her, sorry. And he goes, shame. Well, if you happen to find this individual, please direct me to them at your earliest convenience.
Okay.
Honestly, the only elf I've seen here is Kakashi.
Well, if I can find him, maybe
Right.
Who?
he's a trout, yes, but
Yes.
I do believe they are
I mean,
related in some...
Trouser elves, it's fine.
Yes, they are.
Don't be racist, yet.
I'm not being racist,
How
I'm
dare
just...
you.
I'm being specific. All the same, if you happen to find it, please let me know. And there is definitely a malicious look in his eyes when he says this.
Okay, so hang on. Kovu had her look of recognition on his face and then said no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eyeball Kovu real hard.
He's like, he's like, shush. Are you inciting Kovu or is it?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm inciting him if I can recognize the look of recognition, basically.
You see the look that he gave Kiara of like, I know what he's talking about, but I don't know this guy, so sorry. He's getting a weird
friend of
vibe.
Kiara. I'm not gonna out him, especially not for Salil, because
Yeah.
honestly, Salil,
Yeah, he's getting a weird vibe from Seal, so he's not entirely sure. You guys were like, hey, buddy, like, he doesn't hug him or anything, so he's like, I'm not sure how we feel about him. So he basically imparts his information to you guys and then sort of gives you a quick bow and says, of course, if you need anything, please do not hesitate to ask.
Will do.
Smiles and heads on back over before patting someone on the shoulder and directing them towards one of his tents. And then as he walks away, Kovu kind of looks at you, Kiara, and Urid, he can tell that you sort of saw through that, and he goes,
friend of yours.
not a friend, no. We ran into some... there's lots to explain, isn't there? Let's just say I was adventuring. We ran into an issue. There was an orb, let's say. And, well, this portal just sort of appeared. This, rather attractive. Not as attractive as you, of course, Kiara.
I glare and then smile.
Yeah. She sort of just appeared through a portal, grabbed it, kind of winked at us, and just jumped through another portal and disappeared. Which shouldn't have been possible for where we were located. I have no idea what happened. Hmm?
That's weird.
Yeah, she shouted out her name, which was... honestly... He smiles and like, I have no idea. It might not have been the same person, but... That kind of
What's her
matches.
name,
Her name is Nell?
then? I keep an eye on that, I guess.
I mean, do you want her full name?
No, not really.
Okay.
I mean,
It just basically Urid is interesting in seeing something like that happen, so...
I don't think there's many people who can use portal magic that fast, right?
Not that efficiently, no. I mean, we didn't really attempt to stop her. More along the lines of she shouldn't have been there, and well, I just kind of stared at her, dumbfounded, and she got away. So
Oh, so she's sneaky. I like her already.
I definitely think part of it was just her bluntness in general. Yeah, that definitely didn't help. I'm assuming she presents herself in the same way to your friend back there, which, yeah, that was my shot that pissed me off too.
Yeah.
It wasn't our item, so it was
Yeah.
more just she took
It's
something.
fine,
Okay.
it's just Salil.
Oh, okay, fair enough. You guys aren't like enemies. You're on good terms,
No,
with I
it's
assume.
not that I don't dislike him, it's just that... Well,
He's a
I think
businessman.
Salil's... fuck, what's the word? Salil's
Complicated.
interest list by the coin, basically.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I will keep that in mind next time we interact. Alrighty, and with that, sometime after your guys' conversation ends, you see most of the soldiers have turned their attention to the north of the camp, and just beyond the horizon. As I mentioned before, there's maybe 10-15 soldiers currently.
Is it anxious, like expectating, or can they actually see something?
They can see something. And you actually hear a few whistles go off and some drums, and basically everyone's attention is brought northward. For reference, the threat is coming from the east. Everyone looks up to...
Urid being smart, being small, would probably focus on the ground if he can feel tremors.
You focus for a second. There are some stone areas to stand on, so you kind of need to readjust over there, as tremor sense is very difficult to use while standing on just pure raw sand. And you focus for a moment, and you can feel the footsteps, many, many footsteps of horses. Just over the horizon, you do indeed see just that. Line after line of horses, led by a man who is impossible to miss.
Oh, is that Yashiro? There's no way the enemy would come on horses, right? right?
That would be incredibly strange. No, these are all people. And line by line,
Which
there
direction are they coming
from the north.
from? Is that, yeah, that's where Shakai is, right?
Correct.
Shakai,
Okay, yeah,
the city. Yeah, that's it.
right, yeah.
All the names are so similar.
I think-
Shakai, Sakai.
Yeah.
I mean,
And-
it could be a reference, you know, you never know.
Indeed, it could be.
Lost in time.
The boy's old.
A happy little accident.
Indeed. And coming from the north, you see his forces essentially park all their horses. There are a few men on feet, flanks. And as they all stop, you see many people going up to greet him. Many brown nosers you initially notice. Fat, chubby men you can tell have...
Is it Chakai or or Yashiro?
Yushiro, definitely.
Okay.
100%.
We'll probably reflexively start counting out loud. Basically
Counting.
get like a head count.
There are...
Like, there's one squadron that's probably like 100 people, then there's like 5 more squadrons, you know, basically
Yeah.
that.
So actually, from what you can tell, there's approximately 150. It's 3 squadrons of 50.
That's a lot of people.
A lot of people, but well, obviously his and other armies are much larger. But this is all they could rouse at the time. So the grunt work of stopping these little things is most likely going to be taken care of by Yujiro. Fortunately for you guys, you don't need to do that bullshit. And while he is surrounded by these various chubby men that clearly have never seen actual battle, or maybe did in their long pasts, a lot of them have like long flowing beards, trying to get his attention and speak with him. He's kind of just waving to everybody and waving to everyone, like, "Oh, clear the way. And they're being respectful, but they're trying to get his attention. And as he stations up his horse, all the others do the same, and all the horses are very well prepared. You can tell there's some skittishness there, but there's also a calm resonance emanating from Shiro. So the horses do not scatter; they're all very, very well trained. There is definitely something in the air, though. You guys have noticed it since you've gotten here. And the closer we get to this location, the worse it is. During this time, you guys have seen various men coming back on horseback, carriage, etc. You do know some are missing. Whether they were attacked or something happened, you're not entirely sure. But they were out setting up the traps. Most of the men you guys left did indeed return, but they look a little worse for wear. They are sort of downtrodden. They seem tired already, not just to the work. Their eyes seem like they've seen something.
I'm gonna run up to them and find out what happened.
All right, you walk up to a small platoon as Yashiro is sort of dismounting and speaking with others, and their weapons are completely put away, and they don't really notice you walk up, Kiara, and they almost just bump right into you.
Whoa! What happened, gentlemen?
Kind of pauses for a second and puts his hands out, almost noticing that. Oh God, in front of me. He goes, sorry, just hello there. The forces, I assume.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sand out there.
I don't think sand would make you look that tired.
A lot of digging. Just a lot of digging, right? Right? And they kind of look at each other and they slowly nod. Yeah, digging.
For our traps?
Precisely.
Oh, all right. Well, come this way. Relax.
They take a second or two to begin walking with you, Kiara. They're more so dragging their feet than walking. They kind of get a little pep in their step as they get closer to the camp, now realizing after you've broken them out of their stupor, they're home. They're back in sync. They begin to kind of look around. You can tell spirits are a bit higher now, but still all the same. There's something drained about them. Very, very much so. And it is worrying some, but as you go to greet them, various of their soldiers walk up and kind of help them off to the side. They nod to you, Kiara, and thanks.
I'm not back.
And after that little conversation is finished, you see that Yashiro has completely dismounted and he's talking with various folk. It's not late, but it's around 5, 6-ish, so the sun is indeed going down, as is tomorrow is the day of battle. Now is the time for rest. You guys see in the distance...
We already discussed the watch rotation.
For what?
I mean, we gotta make sure we're not gonna get attacked during the night, right?
I'm sure they have outrunners for that.
Oh yeah, say fortunately for you guys, The UNT.
So it's already discussed.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
This is something you guys don't need to mess with, fortunately. As I mentioned before, you guys have found so much help. You spread the word relatively early. Due to all your guys' deeds, there are enough people here that the four of you don't need to, or the three of you don't need to worry about keeping watch. You definitely can if you want, but you know Yushira's men can handle like one side, the UNT can handle another side.
Oh
Terra's
no,
side
I'll be up
is-
talking to Kogu all night.
Oh, definitely, yeah. But you know that you can
Talking.
relax.
Talking, yes.
I mean, Kovu doesn't need to sleep anyway, so.
This is true.
I think he meditates.
And
Just
what?
stands next to your bed.
Just watching you sleep, absorbing your sleep energies.
It's called cuddling.
No, he just stares directly down at you with his eyes open, unblinking the entire night.
No, that's a little creepy.
Exactly.
That's the point.
He seems weirdly focused on your neck for some reason.
I mean, I did offer. That's got to be tempting.
The blood flows.
The
Blood
blood
flows.
flows.
All right. During this time, what are you doing?
Noticing the, well, army coming basically. I would have notified Salil and my sister to get water ready for them, because
Okay.
I understand they want water after going through a desert.
Precisely.
Why would they need that?
I know, right?
Cold
y-
also wants some water.
Yeah, so you can tell
Of course
Tom
it
always wants
does.
water. Tom always needs that wet, baby. You can tell that they are
Yeah,
somewhat
I'll
prepared,
I'll
but
just notify them to get stuff ready for them because they're probably exhausted.
definitely. And you guys can tell that while there is a good solid force here, any help that anyone can possibly get, especially support help like that, is 100% needed. Onella and Salil, they kind of begin to do their thing. They have various helpers already. You've noticed Onella's already kind of whipped some people around her. You've not seen these people before, but she's already kind of basically controlling them. Like, hey, you're doing this. So kind of as she does.
Great, isn't it?
Yeah, just kind of sort of naturally doing her thing.
Dude, your sister's badass.
And you also see
You
that
say that as she casually carries like 500 pounds of barrels of water around with her,
Yup. Badass.
floating around on like tensor discs and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Do
She
it.
knows how to waste around people.
and then seeing her move around with such gusto just inspires them to do the thing. So you see her helping. So there's doing what he can. Noth, Drune, Simine. Karth is more interested. Well, you're not really sure what Karth is doing. He's like half meditating, half speaking with people. He's telling various folks certain things, but he's not really physically helping with anything of that. So he's kind of doing his own thing. That's very hard. During this time, you see Tranquil and others attempt to speak with Yushiro, but everyone's trying to get his attention. You can tell for this, trying to like calm them down and like, all right, everyone, chill. We'll have dinner. You overhear this conversation over a lot of shouting and such. But you notice when he speaks, they tend to quiet down. And essentially, he says that let's calm down. We'll have dinner here all night. I know how important this is. Just get this done. And with that, everyone begins to prepare dinner and such. There are various meats that are cooked and fried up and whatnot. We have certain vegetables and whatnot that maybe Cobb shouldn't be allowed to see, but they do smell absolutely wonderful.
No, not Cobb. My
Maybe he
poor
doesn't.
boy.
Maybe he doesn't realize that they're cooking corns and things. You do know that Musla and Hasul definitely bought plenty of food from their side. Traditionally, they're not really mingling too much with Yushiro's warriors. Not really due to any prejudice or anything, but they're kind of sticking to themselves, and then everyone else is sticking to themselves. There's not really any hostility between anybody that you can tell, at least. They're all just kind of relaxing, and they brought what they need.
Nothing brings a country quite together like a existential threat.
Indeed. And during this time, Yushiro does indeed take food, but you actually notice him walk over to the one camp, begin to speak with their various leaders. He kind of invites, less invites them over, but more so says, "Hey, why don't we move all our tables and everything just in the middle of the camp? Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't you like to try, some of the stuff that we brought with us?"
You sure about that?
Yeah, you see him speaking with Set, Sewell, and then some other leaders you don't necessarily recognize.
As soon as I see there's something to do, I would like to help out.
Okay, you kind of like sneak up behind him, or
Yeah.
like while he's talking. Okay, so you see him over here speaking with Set Soul, and you overhear him essentially saying, "Excuse me. Would it not be grand for us to all share in all the wonderful things that we brought today? Nothing like breaking bread with fellow soldiers in arms, yes? And both Set and Zool sort of nod to each other. They, sure, of course, of course. Will you be moving, Oh, yes, of course. I'll have, my men come to assist yours, and yours can assist mine. We can just have everything set off in the middle. Yeah? And he kind of gives them a smirk, and they look and says, of course, that could be quite fun. Do you, and then they kind of see you walk up behind Kiara, and, she returns to you. He seems to be a man, now that you're closer, he seems to be a man in his, late 30s, early 40s, somewhat weathered skin, but there's a shine to his eyes. There's a light in there.
He was young when the other group met him, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was like 18.
I didn't realize he was that young.
He was like 18, 19, I think. He turns to look at you, Kiara, and while he is aged, he doesn't look old, he doesn't look tired. And he smiles to you, says, hello there, I don't think I recognize you.
I'm Kiara. I've been helping out Chabi for the past, month?
It takes him a second to make that connection. He kind of goes, is that little town I've been hearing so much of?
Yeah, that's the reason we're all here. Our little pond is a double-edged sword.
Drawing a bit of an attention, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I do appreciate the warning, truly. All you helping out. Also would turn tail at a, well, threat of this caliber, but I appreciate all your bravery.
Oh, it's nothing. But I blush, and my tails wiggle kind of, giggly like.
Okay, he sort of has a laugh at that. And he extends his hand to shake yours.
I shake it back.
On behalf of all our people, I truly do want to thank you and your group.
You're welcome. I know I've met Sets. Have we met the other two?
Mhm.
I will say hello to them.
They quickly greet you with a nod.
I'm glad to see you, kind gentlemen here.
Of course, you think we would look...
Seth, the one that was also well-spoken, that liked reading books.
Yes, Set was the one. Do you recall the trade route you guys opened?
Is he the one where I tried my bad, UNT?
Yes.
Yes.
And now that you speak to him, I assume using more fluent?
Well, I was figuring I was speaking in common first.
Common to Yashiro, yeah.
Because Yashiro was speaking, and then yes, I will speak in
Okay.
fluent-ish UNT.
Fluent-ish.
And I'm gonna be a little smug about it, just to show off how much I've learned.
Okay. Hasul and Musla have heard you speak in this way before. Semi-broken, but not too bad. But Set is impressed. He raises an eyebrow and walks over to you, Kiara, and says, the little one has learned quickly, has she not?
I have been practicing.
Indeed you have.
I also had a very good teacher, Noth. I'm not sure if you're aware of him.
I do believe we met. He serviced as a translator.
Yeah.
Well, thanks to you all, we've opened multiple trade routes with your people. I must thank you.
Oh, and I must thank you for being willing to negotiate. It's exciting to see us all together.
Indeed it is. And he smiles wide, you can see all of his jagged, sharp teeth.
I look forward to seeing you on the battlefield.
He gives you kind of a quick flex, and you can see that he's already like mounted up for combat. He doesn't have any weapons. He just has well, he only has one on currently. He was showing it off to Musla before. It's essentially a giant like hand gauntlet that is just like covered in blades.
Ooh.
If this thing goes in and comes out, that is gonna make a mess. It is like hooked like barbs. It looks horrible to get hit by. And he twists his fist in the air, just kind of showing it to you.
And that's why they don't give monks weapons.
That is terrifying in a good way.
That's the idea.
I'm pretty sure my Jahaka would appreciate it.
He's not sure what you mean by that, but he kind of just laughs anyway.
All right. Well, if you need anything, just let us know.
And he gives you a quick wave, and they kind of cut back to speaking with Hiro.
And I'll bow to Yashiro and...
Gives you a quick bow back and a smile as you head off. All right, anything else y'all want to do? There are currently tables and things being moved about You see the various UNT, his soldiers, the various thugs and ruffians and mercenaries that you kind of rabble-roused up, or they're all just kind of intermingling and sitting amongst each other. Your spirits are currently kind of floating behind you, just chilling.
So.
Okay. Everyone's kind of chilling. There's all types of meat. Of course, because these are made in the field. The spices they use are definitely unique. You can very much tell the difference between the UNT's palate and the other folk, humans and such, of Shunhill. Yeah, it's an absolute smorgasbord of spices. You got interesting combinations of like sweet, sour, and just really intense spices. They're like almost pocketed away in some of the foods, so they start off a certain way until you kind of hit that pocket and it just kicks you right in the back of the throat. And it's not debilitatingly hot. It's hot. let's be honest. But it's like a fun surprise. Maybe if you're not expecting it, it's not so fun.
Would there be anything like locally exotic? So something that you normally can't get in this continent.
From what you can tell from this continent, no, everything is very
Basically
much
something that comes from, well, where it is from, what's it called? The named dwarven area?
Wurzelmere?
Yeah.
There wouldn't be, unless Onella brought something with her, if you instructed
No.
her to, then she would have brought
Definitely
you
not.
something. Okay, then everything is local. Mainly, it's various beasts and such. You notice when Yashiro brought his men in, they were dragging various beasts behind. And some were in cages and whatnot. But there are, various large hyena, wolf, some vultures, and just anything they could basically get their hands on, kind of last second, to munch down. And then, of course, the UNT brought their own. All the food is intermingled, and it is all delicious. Kova kind of looks around the table and looks at you, Kiara, Valen, and says, "Oh, this is serious business, isn't it?"
You have no idea.
Apparently not. I was just looking for you.
And I'm glad you found me.
He,
I still can't believe my luck.
he smiles at that and kind of squeezes your hand and says, "Always been lucky."
This is true, yes. Unlike poor Sarabi.
Unlike your sister, yes. You said she was just here, right? We thought we missed her. Well, I missed her, I guess.
Well, when she's on a mission, she never sticks around long.
True. She's doing well.
She was last time I saw her.
Good. He turns to her and says, "Speaking of sisters, yours is quite impressive. Did she just arrive as well?"
Yes. I'm actually quite surprised she arrived this quickly.
Well, she seems... he looks at her and she's like...
She probably dropped everything, though, when...
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's having a full-on conversation with someone, and he kind of nods and says, "She's definitely competent. Whatever you told her must have piqued her interest."
You have no idea. She has been searching for this stuff her entire life, basically.
Oh, God. You better have it, then.
Yeah. I mean, there have been other options, but she likes none of them.
Fair enough. I can
I
definitely
guess it
understand
will
that.
depend.
I've known a few
Who
artists
knows?
in my time, and
Yeah.
well, let's just say I ran into a rather picky cook. She wasn't really satisfied with anything that she made, but she taught me a little bit. I visited her place, every now and then to get a few tips. So, fortunately, I'm not stuck with just drinking blood.
Well, Ornella, she likes trying things.
Oh, excellent.
She
I can always appreciate
played
that.
around with the entire mechanical living arts kind of things, and it was too clunky. She tried some magic for the sentient living art, and that was, well, annoying, let's just see. It's not exactly fun when your paintings start talking back to you,
No, I could see it being annoying, especially if he starts critiquing you back.
Yeah, so she was looking for something simple, and, well, what I saw in that temple was quite simple. In a
Honestly,
matter
you-
of sense.
Kind of piqued my interest. I kind of want to see it now.
I mean, we can bring you with us. We still have to contend with the giant bone golem after we're done with this, so...
Oh, do we have to?
I don't have to, but
We could also see if our benevolent god, so to speak, has any of this living art in his domain.
Oh, well, now I'm excited.
Oh, I guarantee you he does.
The question is, would he be willing to give us an audience?
For that, I don't know. But I did ask him to look at his library. I turned to Kovu. He
True.
said maybe.
Ooh. Does that mean I'm invited, or is this kind of a you thing?
I'm never leaving your side again.
Fair enough. I'm sure he'll take that with
I don't
yeah.
know.
Not sure how he'll take that, but we'll see.
My ears go flat, and I have a very determined look on my face.
I'll stand by your side. Don't worry.
See, Templars don't burst into flames when they approach a god, do they?
Is he actually a god?
I mean,
Karth keeps calling
he
him
should
that.
have been dead 500 years ago.
I want to
He's-
say he's as close to a god as one can get without being a god if he's not a god.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Speaking of
Maybe a
gods,
patron.
he kind of turns and points to Cobb. Valen, what exactly is that?
It's
That's not a god.
I mean, he might be.
kind of hard to explain.
Cobb floats over to you guys. How do you know I'm not a god?
Ugh.
Not
Maybe
yet,
my
Cobb,
powers
not
are
yet.
just—they're just in recession. I'll get stronger.
Yes, I believe in you, Cobb.
I believe in me
Even a
too.
year or thousands.
I pat Cobb on the back.
Oh
one day.
yeah, baby. I like that. Good. And the wet, of course. Who's got the wet? Hey, Kovu, you drinking that?
Oh, what's Kovu drinking?
There's just a like a cup of water in front of Cobb that he's not touching at all. He's like, just nods no. And then Cobb just kind of like with his head just jumps right in, basically.
Nice.
Well, at least you asked first, Cobb.
Kobu slowly pushes the cup away. All right then.
No, God is
God,
eating wet.
He makes me somewhat uncomfortable, but I like it. He's interesting. He like
he might
pats his
end up
little butt. I guess.
fighting the actual big bad in the ocean, contesting for the wet.
Oh,
Ooh.
no.
that could be fun.
Quick,
Is that what you want, Cobb?
The,
Cobb
me
pulls his head back out.
I'll
the
kick his
sweet
ass.
river wet
I'll
against
destroy
ocean
him.
wet.
Anyone who tries to take my wet will die a horrible, screaming death.
All right, you gotta share the wet.
I'll share with you guys because I like you, but I don't like the other one. He's a big nasty bastard.
All right, that's fair. He is big and nasty.
Kind of floats back over to Valen, still dripping a bit.
Maybe we should tell him about the cycle of water.
The cycle of water.
Yeah, the water cycle.
Water,
Probably,
water,
it's
water,
probably
water.
important for him to understand how that works. If he's going to be the god of wet.
That is
Probably.
a good point. Yes.
He'll learn eventually.
Is he Gabe?
Sure, yes. He's the golden corny god.
He's a baby. He's getting smarter every day.
He's babe. He's baby.
He's a godlet? A godling?
Yes. A godlet.
Gonna level up first. Alrighty, and with that, the day dies down. Various fires are lit. People take watch. You guys know that you are indeed safe here. You need only kind of relax and take the nights to yourselves.
I'm definitely making a warlock with Cole as his patron god, by the way.
Oh no. Is he
Once he
powerful enough for
Once he ascends, yes.
Sure.
It'll
real
be the
question
only-
is, what kind of patron is he? Undying?
Valen. You,
Great horror?
you almost get to decide that depending on the route you push Cobb, depending on what you
Okay.
teach him.
Sure, technically.
No pressure.
No pressure.
that? I'd have to look at the warlock patron again.
Alrighty, so during the night, what do you guys all do to occupy yourselves?
Contemplate what kind of god Cobb is going to be, apparently.
Okay, Cobb's very excited.
Talking with Kovu.
Okay.
Maybe getting a little too close.
Okay, he doesn't mind.
Sharing stories with the mercenaries, I guess.
Excellent.
Raising
Excellent.
spirits.
Hell yeah.
Boosting
Oh, he-
morale.
He'd be the fathomless.
Oh god, hell yeah.
An entity of the ocean.
Yes.
Perfect.
Just drop him in, he instantly absorbs the entire ocean.
No!
Oops.
We didn't need that anyways.
Become as Cobb.
That time to take a sip of coffee. Alrighty. You all spend your nights, I'm assuming, with a little less tension. It feels good to have folk around you that don't want you dead. Knowing this place is pretty well defended, you guys do hear some whispers of a few of those little skittering beasts. Not necessarily trying to attack the camp per se, but they're just kind of everywhere. The scouts are taking them out, though. As mentioned before, they do find it quite odd that they have no reserve for their own life whatsoever. They fight till death if they even die. They just charge forward stupidly. They don't really. They sometimes attempt to hide, but once they strike, they strike.
Considering the mama monster just drops them off.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah, and you also hear a few inklings of them swarming and such. And as the night goes on, we all have a solid rest. You guys shouldn't need to long rest. I believe you have all your cooldowns and everything up, but just in case you don't, Kiara, go ahead and do a long rest because you're missing some hit die and you're lucky and all that.
Okay.
Change spells if I want to.
Yeah, change spells and whatnot. If anyone's missing any slots or hit die,
Keep check I'm being called.
Hmm? Oh,
Be right back, I'm being called, I said.
for sure. I was
How dare.
my brain says. What? Oh yeah, I heard that. Never mind.
Brain worky. And then
Nice.
brain worky.
Sometimes.
I got that brain delay.
Yeah,
We all got
That-
that brain delay.
the bad brain delay. That has the one charge of fireball in it, right?
Am I taking an actual long rest?
What do you mean by that?
Or is it a full rest?
It's long rest.
Well, okay. Am I properly resetting? Because whenever I take a long rest, my Wand of Winter doesn't roll properly.
Oh yeah, so this is a proper long rest. So you should get your recharge. Where even is it?
It's in spellbook.
It says 707 right now.
You mean the front page?
No, here. The front page doesn't always update, but the actual item
The
itself
front
says
page is
707.
manual. No, it
Yeah.
doesn't. It says 4 of 7.
Does it? The one?
Yeah, 4 of 7.
Oh, under your spellbook. Those are 3 different.
I
Yeah,
think that's separate for some reason.
that's that for some reason. Go ahead and update that. Yeah. Very weird. Noted though.
Oh. I
Yes.
guess I would ask Doro for a refresh on my mirror image.
Doro's not here.
Too bad.
Doro is not here, but all the same,
I got it before I left.
I say you would have gotten it before you left. Which is why we specifically do not
Retcon.
not necessarily retcon, more so we just we don't mess with what you call it. Doesn't mean.
What hub?
No, I'm saying we don't have the ring actually expend to the spell slots for ease of access.
Yes.
That would be a giant pain in the dick.
Hey, what about those items that we're gonna have made
Which ones?
from the fire lizard boy?
I think we made them all, and the others were just really expensive. I could be wrong. I know. Kiara got her upgrade. Was there one in particular, Valen?
No, I just don't remember anyone getting anything out of him.
It was a collective, I believe. So
Ah.
yeah, it was you guys upgrading like various bits, I think. And then Kiara got her extra fireball in her wand, basically. I know Erd got something, and then I think we reduced the price of something else, and then I think we sold the rest. The others we requested were either too expensive or we didn't really want them.
Oh yeah.
So like the wand, not the wand, sorry, the staff of like mind control. We couldn't really find a way to actually. No one actually really wanted to use it technically, so we just kind of
I have a
meh.
chat.
Welcome back.
It doesn't have too much of a use in the desert.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sorry, what?
Just talking about items on that.
What doesn't have any use in that?
The staff of charming or whatever it was.
staff charm, yeah, because you guys already have some
Yeah.
charm, so having a staff like,
Yeah.
It only
basically.
works on people and
Yeah.
not like desert monsters.
desert boys, bug boys. Alrighty, and with that,
You probably can't deploy it against a massive monster anyway.
through that.
Or
Well,
its
not even
minions.
trying.
So I will ask you.
We charm one of the monsters, and because it's a hive mind, we all of them get charmed.
All get charmed, yeah.
That's it. We're finished.
Exactly. We win. GG, guys. We just needed to cast charm person.
Yeah, but how do we get rid of them then?
I'm gonna go walk back in the
We can't
ocean.
attack them.
Turn around. Go away.
But they charm. They don't listen to us.
Yeah.
Just
Tell
stand
'em
around.
No,
They-
one person charms them and then everyone else slaughters them.
Yeah, but the moment you attack a charmed person, the charm stops, right? Or at least.
Can
you
we
can
tell them to
reroll.
walk into a pit and set the pit on fire?
No, because you can't command them.
No. Honestly, charm
I
is
think
stupid.
it's if the
Yeah.
if the person that charmed them
It's
attacks
just
them, then it goes away. It's dumb.
No,
I
charm,
think it's
charm
allies.
is you have advantage in social checks, and then for charmed, you can't attack your charmer or target. That's it. So basically, they would only be charmed by that one person, and they kill everyone else.
Nice.
Yeah,
It's-
it
it's a-
depends on
yeah.
which charm. There's so many versions.
Yeah, I wish they would streamline that shit. Anyway.
The vampire one is really good though.
Yeah, some of those basically function as like command, but then better than command, and then better than control. It's silly, whatever. Anyway,
Because you can't. Once you're charmed, you're screwed. You can't do anything about it either.
yeah,
You don't get rolls for it or anything.
yeah, I don't like shit like that. 'Cause it takes agency away from you guys. Like it can be funny if you're like role playing into it, but if I control you, that's not fun. It's like, hey, guess what? You're not playing the game today. You can leave. Anyway,
I feel the same way about monster grapple. It's uncontested. You're just grappled. Have fun.
yeah. I'm trying to use too many of the instant grapples unless it's like something big and it deserves it. But like smaller things, I prefer they're grappled to you and they just move with you rather than you can't move. I'm mentally changing how I rule certain things because I want you guys to be able to move and do things and not just on every auto attack you're grappled. Whatever. I don't know if mechanics. Silly. Anyway, there's a lot going on there. Anywho's, during the night, Kiara, knowing that the big battle is tomorrow, you're shacked up with Kovu. Do you cuddle with the man, or
Do we have a come to Jesus moment?
do you?
Is that what you're asking?
That's what. Sure, yeah.
Hmm.
You can tell that Kovu definitely wants to continue your guys' relationship. He has been looking for you for basically his entire life, and he's picked up right from where they left off. He's not awkward around you. He's very happy to be around you. There's
Well, actually, that's not right where we left off. He's more confident now.
oh 100%, yeah. Well, what I mean is like he's not. Oh, I don't know you anymore. You know what I mean? Like let's get to know each other all over again. Like you seem like the same person.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you seem like the same person. You were looking for him. You're not changed. You're still the same fun, bubbly, adventure-loving person that he felt for so long ago. So,
How many days has it been?
since you've been with him, like 3.
Yes.
Smash.
Smash.
Okay, smash. Roll for smash. Okay. So you two have a wonderful night in your tent, and during that night, you all kind of just everyone else just chats and whatnot, does their thing, and then by the time morning rolls around,
I loudly pop out of the tent. I'm not a virgin anymore.
in the morning,
In the morning.
in the
First thing.
morning, Kobu's grabbing your tails and pulling you back in. Like, shh, quiet.
What? They made fun of me. They can't make fun of me anymore.
Oh, did they?
Yes.
Oh, that's horrible.
Jerks.
A lot of people hear you're like, you hear someone in the distance go, "Woo, yeah, get it!" Just clapping. You do not recognize his voice.
That's fine.
All right, and then for Mr. Valling, you are woken up by Kiara shouting something, just completely what? But you are woken by this. Each of you essentially have your own tent, because you guys were still off to the side. Salil and your sister and the people of the town made sure that you guys had your own amenities, of course. But when you wake Valen, you do not see Cobb next to you.
Cobb, no! I run out the tent.
You run out the tent, and you see a strange figure standing
Oh, God,
just
it's
outside
Cobb.
your tent. He's not facing you.
Mega Cobb.
He slowly turns.
Oh, no. He's ascending.
Oh no, this oh, it's not,
I hate it.
No, he's beautiful.
He's ascending.
No, he's beautiful. He's sexy now.
Oh god.
He turns to look at you, Val, and goes,
Hey there, buddy.
Oh, my God, Cobb.
Can we and
You're
Kobe see
ascending.
this?
sorry, what was that?
Can we and Kobe see this?
You're yeah, I say you're pulled back in, but you hear Valen kind of shout after you shout.
I poke my head back out.
You poke your head back out, and you Cobb is no longer floating. He's now walking along two legs. He's got like a little makeshift hat that he probably stole from somebody, and he's not really wielding a weapon right now. But you can tell he's like kind of looking for one, and he actually
He is the weapon.
he doesn't have leafy arms anymore. He has like these little like corn arms, and he flexes Valley and says,
I told you I'd get stronger.
and he's like trying. There's no muscle, so nothing's flexing. He's just like doing the motion, and like he's getting really tense, but nothing's changing.
I feel like his voice doesn't fit anymore now.
What do you mean?
I'm
His
working
voice
on
should
it.
have changed a lot.
I'm working on it.
It needs more wet.
Yeah, I'm really dry. I gotta use a lot of the water.
I give him some more wet. I throw
Oh,
water
hell
on him.
yes. Mmm, delicious.
Give Mike a really deep voice.
Oh, no.
Father, I have ascended.
Oh, God, no.
Do it.
I feel better.
All right, give me another punch.
All right, and he goes to kind of charge one back, and then flings a punch at you. All right, a valiant attempt. A valiant attempt is made. It's better than 5, and he sticks right in your palm, and there's a little more oomph behind it. And he kind of smirks that and says, "I'm still working on that. The details behind the. Listen, I didn't really have arms before.
I did too.
There were leaflets as he turns to Kiara, and
Those
now
are still leaflets.
these aren't leaflets. These are actual right arms. Look at them. They're beautiful like yours." He like flexes his hands. I have fingers now.
As his
Oh
voice
my
keeps
God.
changing.
I can grab things.
His
Uh.
vocal cords are still in the process of changing.
He's going through corn puberty.
Oh
No.
no.
Oh, no.
He's gonna get sassy.
Oh no.
You're not my real father.
I hope we taught him well enough by now.
I'm going to kill everyone. I'm kidding.
Oh, no.
Oh, bad cop.
He looks to you, Valid, and kind of gives you a quick salute, sort of mocking all the soldiers around him, trying to like get as close as they can, as he can, to what they were doing.
Mocking or mimicking?
Mimicking, yeah.
Better say big difference.
Both.
Yes, sorry. Both, why not, yeah.
I'm ready for combat, Mr. Valen. I won't fit in your little pouch anymore, but...
Well, he's like 4 feet tall. 3-4 feet tall. Around
Damn,
there.
he's taller than me.
How tall are you?
I'm 4'2", I think.
Oh, okay. He's shorter than you. We'll say he's like 3.5.
He's getting there, right?
Yeah.
See, if I get to level 10, I think I'll become 5'2".
Just keep pulling from that deck of random wild magic, and you might grow. You might shrink too, but all the same, if you keep pulling from it, there is a percent chance that you will grow, or
A
something
small
else. will
chance,
grow.
but
a
it can
small
happen.
chance. It definitely can happen.
Or you'll just blow up.
Yeah, that too. But if anyone can blow up, it's Eric.
You know, we
Just
still
cast
need to,
fireball on yourself.
we still need to plant some of those beans in the middle of the monster, basically, and hope a pyramid slams into him.
Pyramid? What?
One of the
The magic
outcomes is a
beans.
giant like pyramid. Comes from those beans.
Yeah.
Oh! Oh
Yes.
yeah, I
Mummy
forgot I
Lord
had
did it.
them.
We
You
don't
have,
want to deal with that, Mummy Lord.
It comes fully
Oh!
stocked with a treasury and a mummy lord.
In that case,
Mhm.
We are fighting for sure today, right?
Today's the day. Yeah, it is still relatively early. You hear folk waking up and getting their weapons and everything set up.
Kovu wants to use his pouch.
Which one?
The animal one.
How long do they stay?
All day, I
The
believe.
day.
Nice. Nice.
Are we summoning all three?
All three.
Okay.
In fact, I want to toss one.
Do you still have control over him?
No. Just toss
Weird.
them.
You shoot.
Kiara will toss one. Mentally.
Mentally, okay. You watch him whip out this little bag and toss a small furry ball out into the ground.
Your luck had better be good, Hub. I want high rolls. High rolls.
That's not a roll down.
Not a roll at all. Isn't it supposed to roll?
Bag of no rolls.
It's just a
Oh.
D8, right?
Oh, it is a D8, yeah. Yeah. Throw me a D8 then.
3d8.
Roll.
5, okay.
1.
Roll.
Wait, hold up. Hang on for you. Alright, you got a panther, you got a badger, and you got a boar.
Damn it. Always the dumb boar.
Badger.
We can eat the boar.
We can.
I mean,
Actually, no.
Um,
Don't they just like poof when they die?
They do.
Yeah.
probably.
They don't
If
leave the
Umbra was
corpse
here, he
behind.
would definitely eat it. I'll try to at least.
I'm sorry. What happened to my icons?
What? Having your icons?
I had
that
icons for
works.
all of these.
You did, but I have to delete things because it takes up space.
Oh, fine.
I want
Angie.
to eat once.
Just get a bigger hard drive.
I think it's less the hard drive and more just Foundry. I don't want to have like 1,000 active tokens.
True.
It depends what you load to us and not.
Yeah, honestly, I'm still trying
If,
to like.
if you
I'm still
put
trying to figure
stuff
that
in,
shit out.
yeah, if you put stuff in like the journal and share it with us, then yeah, it's gonna be an issue. But otherwise, it shouldn't.
Well, see, he's not a giant bag.
I think
It's
he's
just
the
a normal
bear.
regular.
There. Oh,
He's
that's the
badger
boar.
with, like, 5
Damn it, that's
health.
the boar.
Yay!
No, hold up. I messed up. That's the boar. Okay, sorry. You all may continue what you're doing. I'm just changing tokens.
Suddenly turns into a badger and turns back into a boar.
All right, so yes, you see your boy drop off these little furries, and he summons a plethora of animal.
Whoa! What else is in that bag? I shake it.
You shake it and it's empty.
Damn it.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's it. Pretty cool, though, right?
Yeah.
As Kovu crosses in front of Urut, Urut has like a big exclamation mark drop in front of him, and he walks towards Kovu and challenges him to a Pokemon battle.
Oh no.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right, demons, come on, roll 3d8s.
You dare challenge my boys.
Let's pretend here for a second.
You
A
got
four,
it.
7,
3,
3,
7.
4.
I win.
You win.
Yeah, he gets a dire wolf. That's right. That's basically gonna kill everything.
Oh, I wanted the direwolf. I've never summoned it before.
You summon the giant elk once.
It's fine. I'm part of the elite.
Oh no, wait, Chadley.
Chadley, yeah. You got Chadley and you got the Elkward?
Yeah.
Yes.
I've gotten Elbrick several times.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he misses a lot. But yes,
He hits
Ko-
hard, but he misses.
he hits
a lot.
very hard, but he misses a shit ton. All right, Kovu
That's
summons his
helpful.
3 little BCs, and they, interestingly enough, they're all like a interesting black silver color. They all kind of circle around him, and he kind of proud of that. They're not very tanky for reference. They they go down very quick. Just thought I'd point that out. So, if anything, he kind of points to the badger. We might have abused this one, but
Aw, I'll pick him up
Just
and cuddle the badger.
Send them after the small ones, I guess.
unintentionally.
Into a black hole.
I didn't want to. It kind of just happened. I thought they were a little hardier than that, but I think I sent 3 to hit something, and it kind of hit them back, and they just,
Yep.
pop. Yeah.
Yep.
Bob goes the badger.
Yeah,
Yep.
Do
pretty
they
much.
remember?
He like pets the badger, and he just looks up at him like, nope. This one's different.
Oh, that's good, I guess.
I'm scared one day we'll get the badger that does remember, and we won't be safe. All the same, I do believe it's time to prepare, yeah?
To what?
Prepare?
Oh,
Do
yeah.
we still have any of those dice left? The skeleton dice.
One of you does, I think.
Kiara might have.
I think I have it.
Was it you?
Yeah, I have
Depends,
one.
Yeah. Might
Pretty
be.
sure
We put up
use-
enough bone walls, so I just saved the
Yeah.
last one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes. Yeah. Probably.
Also, I'm fairly certain Kiara used all hers. Yeah,
Yeah, I use all mine.
Yeah.
I'll just do one of those
Probably.
dice. Yes, we do have one with Mr. Valen. The actual boys don't last that long, so obviously don't know those.
I mean, you can use it for something, I guess. Distraction,
Indeed.
I guess.
Indeed. whether it be a wall or a bone man, you got something in your
You
pocket.
can stand on top of
A whole boneman.
This is true. You can stand up a wall.
How high is it actually? 10 feet?
10 feet, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 5 feet thick, 10 feet tall, 10 feet wide.
Like, does it grow from the ground?
Yeah, grows upward. Like
So
the bones,
could you
like
potentially throw it below you, and then
yep. You could throw the dice, jump on the spot.
assuming
and
it
it's
doesn't
kinda
turn into a skeleton. But yeah.
I mean, you'll be riding on its shoulders for a couple seconds until it's like low strength, most likely makes it fall over. Or you can play chicken with it. I don't know. That's the game, right? Chicken. When you sit on someone's shoulders and knock someone off, knock the person off in the pool. I think it's chicken.
Yes.
Yeah.
Potentially, yes.
I don't pool. I don't know. Just guessing.
You
have
don't pool?
friends that
I don't
either.
pool. No. I cannot swim. I am incapable of doing that.
How dare?
I never had a pool. I grew up in Arizona,
Just
but
swim.
just swim, idiot. Just jump in the water and don't drown. It's easy.
Dummy.
I can't even believe you, man.
Not being able to swim is a sin in the Netherlands.
Yes, I would. Honestly,
I mean,
it was a sin in Arizona because it was always like 100
60%
something
of the
degrees.
country is literally below level or water level, so yes.
Oh, God.
Oh.
That's more like a survival thing. Isn't it?
No. Like, you don't have to worry that we'll be drowning anytime soon.
That's good.
Our biggest issue is literally our neighboring countries.
Do they drown you?
No, because if their dams breach, then we still get drowned.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Theirs are more likely to burst.
Wow, that's not scary at all.
Somewhat horrifying. All right, then. Good to know.
I think ours can still survive to like up to 12 feet of rise in the water or something. Or 12 meters.
That's a lot of water,
That is a lot of water.
to be fair. But still.
The problem is, at that point, the other countries like Germany would have started flooding as well.
Yeah.
Which would drain back into us.
That is not
Which is
bad.
an issue.
Yeah, a little bit. Alrighty, so the three of you awake. You see the the various UNT are getting ready. They're getting their weapons. All the soldiers are all doing the same, lining up, and everyone is getting ready to go out. You can tell that Yushiro has given various orders to the different groups. The UNT are doing what they're doing. The mercenaries are going to do what they're going to do, and he's essentially just told everyone, probably the day prior, we'll say, what their plan is. So everyone else just, here's recommendations, fill holes, but not gonna control these folk down here to the left as your commander. That is rude. So everyone is doing what they're doing. The Trinkle discussing something with Yashiro as everyone sort of gets ready. He lets him go, and then there is a stand somewhere near his tent, an elevated position. And Yashiro walks up, everyone's sort of discussing, they're all circled around it, and he sort of puts his hands out, sort of hush, and he says, "Greetings, everyone. I will make this relatively short, as we all do know why we're here." And before he can continue the rest of his speech, you hear a lot of the UNT kind of cheer. They're like, "Roar!" They kind of all charge and cheer at once. And the other half of what they brought with them were instruments as they begin to play various drums and not necessarily flutes. That's way louder than expecting. A little bit. Boop, boop. There we go.
That's fine with me.
My personal control was a little louder than I wanted it to be. All right, they begin to play drums and some wood-like instruments, but mostly large wooden metal. They start clacking them together, and they start cheering him on, cheering on their leaders. Their leaders are like raising them up, and they're like, "Roar, roar, roar." They're all getting ready. You see fires are lit, and they begin to move outward. They're moving up to where Yashiro is, and his men to kind of begin to get into it. And they're holding a real solid beat, and Yashiro's kind of nodding along with it, sort of tapping his foot, and everyone's kind of getting to the moment as he looks up and says, I play stick. Everyone, regardless of where you come from, who your people are, this, his emotions around him, is our home. Shun Hill points behind him, says, that, regardless of where it comes from, is the enemy, a devourer, whatever you wish to call it. It is a stain upon our beautiful country. And today, it dies. You've all come to engage in the glory of combat. And to this I say, you're all welcome. We're all here. And he kind of spreads his arms wide as he draws his weapon, and the air shimmers and shakes. You can actually feel almost as if thunder has cracked when he draws his weapon. Just this loud, like, and you want to cheer louder, and his men cheer louder. We're all here to show what we are made of, and to show those beasts that they are nothing. If you're with me, he turns and points his weapon over the horizon, which you can see clouds forming and a darkness looming. Even though it is morning, there is something wrong over the horizon. If you're all with me, then we march. Begins to step forward. And more cheers begin to burst upward. The music dies down slightly, but all the same, the UNT begin to march and march. And I'm going to transport us to our wonderful map. Where the hell is it? Big down.
To our death.
To our death. Okay. Activate. Alrighty. Are we all on the map?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So this is what we're going to do. With all of the resources and all the things that you have acquired and gained throughout this campaign, I'm going to reveal various bits to you guys, and you may attack this the way you wish. Entirely up to you. There we go. Alrighty, so where Erd is currently located, that is your guys' group. We will move as one token at a time. Yashiro is obviously his own group, and the UNT are also their own group. People are going to move outward. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mark locations of interest as Yashiro's men and the UNT coming from long and far. They have scouted out the enemy. And we know that they have prepared something. They know we're here, we know they're there. And they're going to stop us from getting to the location. As you guys look just across the sands over to the east, you guys can both feel and hear a deep, deep tremor. Our trap has been sprung, and whatever this monstrosity is stopped just past the mountains. Unfortunately, it has indeed destroyed everything in its path, and these mountains will be scarred for all of eternity. But it will go no further from this point. So I will mark all the locations of interest. As I said before, you guys are more than welcome. Go where you want to go. The NPCs will assist. They will also go to their own locations. Each of these spots is an enemy encounter. Like I said, the NPCs will also take them out. For the most part, Yashiro's men will stay back here, because as you guys look over this horizon, you see not an endless horde, but you see many, many of the small crawlers amassing. They are sticking to small groups, almost swirling and gyrating around each other as they move forward and move forward and move forward. Initially, it seems as if they are aimless, but they look to you. As a reminder, this camp is the location, we'll put it this way, just west of the camp. It is protected by more of Yashiro's men and some of the UNT, is the location of, yes, we'll put you forward one. We'll basically say, for mechanically, this little node here is the rune, the giant rune that was basically destroyed and scratched out. Shikairu Call is on the way to this, basically to fix it and to stop this beast. So we do not want them to get to this point. As I mentioned before, I'll go ahead and reveal the enemy as we know them.
Point?
The point that is behind her.
Okay, so the M.
Yep.
Or I guess the mountain.
The little mountain looking thing, yeah. That is where we are currently located. Karth, all of the men, everyone's going to move off on their own. They're going to go in their own directions and whatnot. As you guys move forward and forward, there is a mechanic I'm going to add to this. In 13th Age, I believe it's called the Escalation Die. I'm going to go ahead and mark it with our second party resources. Okay. I'm going to rename Days Until Herald to Momentum. Oh, I can't spell momentum, can I? Momentum. You know? Momentum Mori. Okay. Essentially, what this means is, I'll go ahead and track it here. As you guys move forward from node to node, if you do not take a break, aka no short rest, you definitely can't long rest, but if you do not take a break, then what happens is, mechanically the way this works, is every turn past the first turn, aka on turn number 2, you get something called the escalation die. And it's a d6. It starts on 1. And then the next turn it goes to 2, then 3, then 4, all the way up to 6. What this means is this number will be added to your attack roll and your damage roll. So if you guys keep moving forward, all of your attacks and damage will be +6. And we're going to symbolize that as the momentum, the blessing of Shikai Rukal, and all the support you guys have. We push forward and push forward and push forward, we'll only get stronger and stronger. It starts at 0 and will slowly go up. And as I mentioned last time, as a reminder, the more of the creepy boy, the one without a face, those are the primary targets that we need to take down. Of course, the NPCs will help with those. You guys are more than welcome to charge straight towards the big, ugly bastard in the back, but he will be harder. If you take out the various enemies along the way, it'll be much, much easier to do so. Since we are all on this map here, Mr. Urt, you control your token. You may choose to move him where you wish, and I will reveal the map as you do so. As I said, because of everything you guys have done, most of the map is indeed revealed to you guys. On account of all the scouting work that has been done. All right, and with that, the stage is yours. It's like Parth is going to move north, and they're going to go this way.
How do we display the countdown thing again?
It should be in party resources. It currently says momentum, and it's 0. And I'll start you guys all at 3 inspiration.
Alright, so Yashira's going.
Yashira's men are immediately they're going to go southward. And then Karth is going with the various.
They're going down the middle or northeast?
You and T are going to spread, so we're going to come with you guys. So you guys see Yashira's men are going. So when I say south, I do mean southeast. And when I say north, I mean northeast. So the southern group of 3, and then the northern group of 4. You guys may choose to go where you wish. Keep in mind, there are endless enemies along the way. Each of these symbolizes about a mile or so of travel. Ish. So, Urit, I will let you essentially control the group. Valen and Kiara, just, say where you guys want to go, and the 3 of you decide, and we'll move outward and onward.
I'm thinking Yashira's probably fine.
Probably.
You get that idea?
So we should go in the other direction?
Yeah. I mean, Karth is going north, right?
Yes. Karth is going north.
Yes, Karth and the rest of the gangs.
Also, probably wait to meet up with the map on
Do we know which
No, they're dying.
direction specifically they're going?
You know that the group is just currently going northward. So while we do know the exact location of the enemy, they are kind of moving about, so we don't know exactly where they are. Effectively, we are just spreading outward. If you want to switch locations with Karth, you're more than welcome to do so. This is kind of at the break point. You know that Yashira's going south, southeast, and then if you guys want to go northeast, you can, or if you guys want to go straight east, you also can. Basically, you can decide that now.
And is there a force standing back, basically, defending the?
Yes, a good portion of more than half of Yashira's men are staying back.
Right, so we don't have to worry about like stragglers getting past that.
Correct, yes. As you guys move outward, you see all of his men stand in a shoulder-to-shoulder flanking position as they erect their shields, ready their spears, ready their swords. Behind them, arrows are knocked, and any enemies that rush toward them are dispatched almost immediately. Fireballs and various things are fired towards us. These are more so fire bolts. They're like lobbing them with their tails at us, but the soldiers are prepared for this. Almost no one is being injured, but there are so many of them. It's just a battle of numbers at this point.
I think we should go this way, towards the red thing, but a little north.
Are you using your finger? Because I can't see.
There it is.
Yeah, I was thinking the same.
All right, go for it.
Works.
What is our movement? Is it just 1 or is it?
So I will say, for the sake of not cluttering the map up too much, I've spread them pretty well. So I'll go ahead and just do this. You guys can all move your tokens freely if you want. It was just at the camp I had you guys pulled back to Chabi just to make sure we didn't have this crazy bundle of tokens. But yes, you guys are more than welcome to move forward towards this location. So it does take some time. We are indeed marching forward. Realistically, we're kind of all starting here because the camp was in front of the rune that we're trying to protect. With Ert in the lead, you guys essentially decide where to go.
I'm going to trust that the two other parties are going to get rid of like these guys and these
Okay.
guys.
If they need any help, they have various ways of communicating. They let you know that they'll use fires if they're far too far away. But they have various instruments and horns to call for assistance or to say that they've cleared out an area.
Well, and I was also thinking that we could help with these since they're going to
Yes.
be on the way.
I was thinking of pushing through to this one, getting rid of it at least, and then seeing what the hell this was, because I don't think we've seen this one before, or have we?
Yeah.
You have not. There are rumors of a new type of being. It tends to dwell in shadows, and they're all unpleasant to look at. I'll put it that way. But this one's this one's different.
Oh no! It's
Oh no, he
Oh
transformed.
no! That's where he's been this whole time?
Oh god, he turned into well. You'll see the art in a second.
Turns out he wasn't happy with the deal he made with Karth, so he made a deal with the Great Destroyer.
Wow.
All right, so we're going over to this boy here.
Yeah.
His new name is
Into
Obito.
darkness. Oh no.
All righty. If you could go ahead and roll. Actually, hold up. Goes in. This one. Excellent. Okay. Alright, for ease of access. Oh, God. Okay. Of course you had to force Kovu. Of
What?
course.
What?
You love giving me NPCs that have like 90 actions. I love it.
Kovu is an actual NPC, dear.
I know.
Sorry, an actual PC, so that's why.
Oh,
Not anymore. He's been demoted.
No!
He has been Doroed.
He's been Doroed.
that's rough. That's rough, buddy.
Good job, Seth. You don't have a term named after you.
I'm trying to think of a better pun, like Dormoted or something.
Demoted.
It's
Oh
a bit
my
far-fetched,
god.
Yeah, that's a bit of a stretch. All right, Cobb will follow you into battle, Mr. Valen. And as you guys push forward, we arrive at this location. Let me kind of wheel you guys around a little bit. Make sure you're actually on the floor and not somewhere else. All right, we come up to an area that is very, very pocked and pitted. But it's in the way and it is unavoidable. The first thing you notice is one of those large flying beasts up to the north. You can see various of the crawlers skittering about. They're all on the lookout.
Oh, do they not see us at all?
Not instantly. I'll say from a distance because we were aware of this scouting location. You guys are a little further than we are currently on the map, so just let me know what you guys want to do, and then we shall begin.
Would like to use Fireball on a shit ton of them at once.
Okay.
Just FYI, party.
Understandable.
Make this easy.
We could, good week now, probably not. Lure them all to one spot, basically.
That might be somewhat difficult.
I mean, all we gotta do is make a loud ruckus.
Maybe we could send one of the thingies, one of the sacrificial animals.
We've done that before.
True.
What did we do first time?
Oh, can I preemptively use my
We don't have Doro with us with his ring though, his sound box thing.
PC protector?
You may precast that if you wish. Yes.
Everyone gather around.
I run away.
No. If you die, it's your fault.
Yeah, cold as well, and the animals as well. You can hit those hard.
Assuming they gathered around, yes. I rolled pretty good on that.
You did. If you could for me, please refire off the KC on the little guys at the bottom.
Sure. Whoops.
Not us again.
It is temporary healing, but the way it's programmed doesn't want it. There we go. NPCs are weird. All right, excellent.
They don't have temperature.
They do, but there's not a bar for it for some odd reason. Alrighty. As you guys move forward, the Pacey cannon offers guidance and shielding for you all. And as it does, it thrums, and the flying beast up above skitters and begins to look around. And you can tell that it has probably located where your party is, but it isn't necessarily attacking. It's just watching. How you guys all respond?
I stare back.
Okay.
I think we should probably get it.
Probably murder it.
So we know where the big eye is, right?
Yes.
Well, one thing I'm definitely doing, because this is a weird terrain, Earth is going to take a good feel with his legs.
Okay. As you begin to feel outward, you do notice that, yes, the terrain here is very rocky, is up and down all over the place, and the creatures are sort of swarmed everywhere. One other thing that you do notice is that the individual crawlers aren't in individual groups anymore. They are in groups of 2 and 3. So what that basically means is each token is like 2 to 3 of them. They're basically like
Okay.
collective now, yeah.
Right.
All right, so go ahead and wiggle around into the position you guys wish to be in, and then we'll do our thing. Stay close to the bow. That's cool.
Right
He
behind
can,
her. Put Cobb behind me.
he
Protect
can
Cobb.
leave me to walk up a hill, though.
All right, indeed. All right, as you guys begin
So
to
you don't
move.
have anything that's immune to fire, right?
Who?
Fallon. Any animal shapes?
I
Probably
doubt
not.
it. I don't think any animals have that.
Probably not. I have something that's
I doubt
resistant to
it.
ice.
Yeah.
Alrighty, if you could be so kind as to roll initiative for me.
No.
Wow.
This is why I didn't want to do it.
I see why you said no now. I was gonna say honor awaits friends, but with that one, I don't know about that. Alright.
That's why I want to play my wizard.
We go. Alright. First up, this little skittering monstrosity looks your guys' direction. You can currently tell that it can't really reach you guys due to all the ups and the downs, and Urit taking the front. It's going to whip and fling a ball of heat directly to you.
How dare you?
How dare he will strike you in the chest as the creature begins to skitter about. This one here will move, and it will use all of its movement to move to the north. There is something else you guys do not see moving around. You're not entirely sure where it is.
Wonderful.
Yara,
My turn already.
it's your turn already.
I can never
We go-
remember which
we going
one's
quick.
damage and which one is...
The smaller one should be
this
damaged.
one. The bigger one's damage.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? Oh, Ice Storm?
Yeah.
Alright, she comes out the gate swinging.
Ice
Hmm.
storm.
Alrighty.
Are you sure that's the bigger one? It looks small.
That's a smaller one. Sorry, it costs more.
Yeah, the smaller one does damage, the bigger one just slows everybody and whatnot.
Yeah.
Let's see. Does it do anything else besides rough terrain?
Does it knock them
Cold
down and
damage?
stop concentration or something?
It does damage, doesn't it?
I believe the other one knocks them prone, right? Yeah, the other one knocks them prone.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, this one does that. Excellent. All right.
A creature takes 2d8 bludgeoning damage and 46 cold damage on a failed save.
46. I'm kidding. Alrighty. As ice rains down from the sky, you notice two of the creatures are quite nimble, are unable to dodge an amount of the damage, but not all of it. The one in the back is almost taken down instantly here with this blast of ice.
The two in the back. Or the group in the back, rather.
Ooh. All right. Unfortunately, the
Baby
ballista
starting out off the gate.
just barely misses. All right,
Welcome
and
to
this
the club, Casey.
this beastie here, this is rough terrain, correct?
Yeah.
Until
Alright.
the start of Kiara's next turn.
That is 20. All right, he's just gonna go ahead and fly right on in and meet with you, Mr. Earth. Hello, good sir.
I mean, if he can fly, then he ignores that, right?
What's what?
If he can fly, he ignores the rough terrain, right?
He probably does, but all the same, he flings himself towards you.
Is this our main enemy?
Yes, talons extended.
Break yourself upon my body.
Break yourself upon my body. Feel the weight of the earth. And he goes to strike out against you once, missing. Twice, striking. And not only does he strike you, but you feel something extra. It's almost as if its claws ignite as he rips into you. And before he finishes, the creature twists quickly, and a massive poison stinger. Ooh, I guess it also isn't poison, aren't you? Bounces off your shield. You guys are able to completely knock it away.
Yes, end your turn. I'm going to walk you.
And this other little shit moves at half speed, and to you, Kiara. Ooh,
Damn.
aw, no Steepy. To you, Kiara, it hurls. Ooh, it tried to hurl, and instead it just slips on the ice and accomplishes nothing. The biggest of sads.
Excellent.
Alrighty. And just up above. Where are we looking? Alright, just up above, you hear something skitter, and you guys look to the north, and you see one of the creatures that was mentioned prior.
Ew.
It is large, it is gray, covered in a pallid flesh. Alright. There we go. Beautiful.
Oh god.
And why has it got a knife?
Nice.
To stab the shit out of
It
you.
really is Kakashi.
Ignore the knife. It has 6 eyes and a massive bulbous underside as it drags its body up the side of this hill and stops skittering. You hear it shout out this incoherent language. As you can tell, he is targeting you, Valen.
That's just rude.
It is quite...
Oh, don't worry, he's on our side.
Ooh, my boy. All right. You succeed the living shit out of that, my friend. And you're able to shake off whatever spell this thing was attempting.
Oh boy.
Another one of the lads is going to move about. Well, you know what? He'll just go. All right, Kovu. What will you do, good sir? Oh, you see, I want to kill the shit out of this guy. All right.
No, he's gonna use the big thing on the big thing.
Okay, you need to be a little more specific. What?
Guiding bolt?
Okay.
That's my
It's
big
guiding-
skill, right?
Is
Big thing on the big thing?
On the big one.
The big one on the big one?
The super big one.
The super big one on the super big one. Okay.
I mean, isn't guiding bolt better on that one?
Doesn't guiding bolt give advantage to the next person who hits it?
Yes, it does. And look, there. Hey, it's got an animation now. Hell yeah. All right.
That's not the super big one, but alright.
What?
Whatever.
Guiding bolt, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Did you mean wand of magic missiles?
The enemy
No, she
big
meant
one.
the spider. She
That
meant
is-
Kakashi.
Oh no, this thing is significantly larger and scarier looking.
Exactly.
All right, so he strikes the creature, and oh lord, okay, they move on as on his turn, right?
On his turn, yeah.
Oh lord, okay, well,
Just
oh wait,
make,
no,
make them attack as one.
not that thing though. They're gonna, oh shit, okay, they're gonna try to move outward. You know what? Shit,
They're gonna die like ASAP.
maybe I'm just gonna move around a little bit,
I
because
was really hoping for one of the big ones.
I don't want him to waste his advantage on like something that's 1d4 damage. So they know better. They know
That's
better.
fair.
They're gonna move around and prepare an action to defend this southern side. All right, you're up.
I am up. And
Mhm.
I'm down.
I believe so.
Valen.
I only have three of these
Oh.
casts, so you know. Of these big ones.
What's what? Oh, hello. Oh god, you have room to do that? I guess you
I go
go
down,
up or down.
basically.
That works.
He just bumps him.
Well,
I get
okay,
knocked on my ass.
Alright. Valen gets knocked
I
prone.
just move up a bit.
I'll try to catch you.
I can only do it 3 times a day of a short rest, so I can't do it too much.
Okay. Alright, you grow in might.
I am big now.
Big mode.
Boy.
Alright.
Big
The small
Yes,
creature
with a touch.
dives out of the way and unfortunately dodges your first strike.
Damn, those were some bad rolls.
11.
Alright, and unfortunately
I should
again,
not have stayed up too late.
yeah. your second blow is parried by the creature's pincers. It chitters at you.
That's all I can do.
Alright, Valen, you're up, bud.
Oh boy. I'm gonna not waste a big spell on this fight.
Okay.
I think it's time to just turn into an animal.
As one does.
Not a
Is
big
that
spell.
not also a big spell, technically?
No, it's wild
You
shape.
Wild
do-
shape, yeah.
Do it 3 times, right? Well,
Yeah.
3 times now with the link.
I get it back on short rest as well.
That's true.
I'm gonna run over to this boy.
Okay.
Is
And
that not
Not actually put my token there because I'm gonna turn into something.
Okay. How much movement does this new something have?
Probably 60.
Okay, then you're good, because obviously that's rough terrain, you gotta climb up. Ooh, fancy. Alright. The fanciest of feasts.
Eyes blind.
He's blind? Indeed he is. Let's undo that. See, I can fight. Alrighty, good sir. What do you do in your beautiful elk form as you, kind of... Yeah, here, let's move around a little bit. There we go. Okay. It's kind of sticking to the side of this. You're so big. Holy shit. 15
I'm
feet,
a
my
big
god.
boy.
I keep forgetting how big they are. 15 feet's huge!
I can ride it.
Boy.
It's
For
great.
real.
I'm gonna... Actually, that would have been my... Did I charge at him? 'Cause
If
I
you-
would have shapeshifted and then ran at him.
If you move at least...
He has the charge.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to say normally yes, but you had to climb to get here, regardless if you
Okay.
transformed first. So that it was a straight line, but you had to, like, flop your way up the side of a mountain. So there's no
Alright.
momentum running up a mountain like that. Otherwise, I would definitely say yes.
Now, if you were a goat,
If you were a goat, yeah, I'd say yeah, hell yeah, because a goat's got that magic, baby. All right, you
That's a
quickly
nice hit.
stomp down on this creature, and you can hear its exterior just like crunch under your hooves as it screams out in pain.
Good.
All right, momentum is added up 1. All right, the creature down here is going to move out of the ice and from below. You know what? He's gonna he'll scoot back, and then from there he will lob flaming death towards you, Mr. Elkman, and will strike you along your side.
we need a way to give his elk spider climb.
All right,
Oh,
this
no.
other creature here will be to move downward.
Just turn him into a vampire.
Easy,
No.
easy
Please don't.
squeezy, lemon Yeezys.
The elk binder.
And suddenly, another creature reveals itself from the side of the mountain and begins to chant
There's
again
more.
and again, looking to you this time. Fortunately, you succeed and shake off this effect.
Haha.
All right, Kiara, you're up. Remember, we have 1 momentum.
Oh god, there's multiples of these?
There's 2, yes.
Alright, can it... Yes.
Ooh, triple hit, baby. All right. They all succeed except for 1 as your heat tears across these unsuspecting creatures. Go ahead and delete the ice and the fire there for me as the 2 skittering beasts are absorbed in the heat. The other one does take a fair amount of damage as it sort of like covers itself. Its claws try to kind of pull up and block most of the fire, but it's unable to stop the impact entirely.
Casey, I believe in you. I don't think flamethrower will be Oh my god.
Big sad as the ballista hurls past this creature, missing
Why is that
entirely.
6 not red?
I don't know why, but the crit fails no longer show up as red. Something changed. I'm not really sure what.
All right.
Too
Yeah.
bad.
Somewhat annoying. All right. Seeing as you're stepping up it, this creature is going to do the same, and it's going to once again attempt to tear at your fleshy bits. Actually, you know what? Maybe he's not. Hold up. Maybe he's going to do something else. Sure, why not? All right, since you guys are positioned so wonderfully for me, he's going to turn and begin to shake as his spores begin to spread and exit his body. And everyone has to make a Constitution save.
I think I'm fine.
Urrit, unsurprisingly, rolls a freaking 26 and succeeds. The only one that fails, we'll say Cobb followed you, so he's not down here dying on his own. The only one that fails is Yara. Oh, you already made the roll.
Oh, I did?
Yeah. All right, it does a wee bit of poison damage. Fortunately, you guys had shields. That shit's real good.
Oh, we did it?
And you are poisoned. But only you are poisoned.
I mean, that's pretty bad for a caster, isn't it?
Oh, that's pretty horrible, yeah. No one likes disadvantage.
Pretty bad for anyone.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah,
much
I
just
guess.
awful in general. All right. This creature up here, being now met face to face with you, good sir, he's not having this. He is just not okay with this general situation. It'll once again chant to itself. And a spectral dagger, dripping this strange ichor, hovers around the creature, begins to slash out at you. Strikes against your hide. The creature does not move, but holds its brow. Closer this little lad gets as he moves in, hurls a gout of flame towards Casey. Fortunately, Casey is small and durable, and his attack misses. All right, Kovu loads up, and he's going to go ahead and go for the Stinky Boy across the room, as you do. Where am I? Oh, it's a cantrip. There we go. All right, and he gets ready to fire off his patent-pended. Oh, no. What? Oh, actually, hold up. Is that it? That will strike.
I mean, that is pretty pattern pending because, you know, last time you also missed every single Eldritch Blast.
Yes, this time we're going to hit all of them, please, and thank you. Alrighty. 2 quick blasts, both of them striking. Kovu will move away from you just a wee bit, Yara, because he doesn't want to be poisoned. Stack for AoE. Alright,
You also
Wow.
kind of smell after that, you know?
Wow.
just a wee bit. It's okay. He's still.
It's alright, I understand.
And both blasts take the creature in the face as it slides down the side of the mountain ever so slightly. You can tell it is very much hurting, still pressing on forward. Alright.
I'm gonna try to prone it, I guess.
Okay.
That is a terrible roll. Either way,
that-
roll your
that-
strength.
That is against
Or dexterity.
athletics.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, you swing out and the creature is able to avoid.
Well, too bad. I'll attack it twice, I guess.
Alright, get smacking, buddy.
And miss again.
Alright, unfortunately, that does indeed miss.
How dare.
That hits. That one does it then.
Does it then?
It does, yes. You bring your hammer down on this creature, and while it does attempt to block, it holds both its pincers up. Your just absolute strength just pushes through, and you just conk it on the head, and you see juices begin to kind of seep out of its eyes.
Yeah, I'll try to move it 5 feet to the left, right.
Here? Alrighty. Is it the Elkman's turn? Me thing?
Yes.
The Elkman.
Alright, big boy. Get to crushing.
So he's like sitting on the side of this.
It's kind of sliding down the side, very much still looking to kill you. It is currently focused on you.
How far is the drop?
The
If I were
drop
to,
is
like, try and
if you-
push him off.
push him. It's like 30 feet.
I mean, he's a spider.
He is a spider. This is true. But if he falls, he falls. So
I'll just go for squish
okay.
and miss.
All right, never mind.
Unfortunate.
All right, you go
Roll
for
it, it's
squish.
fine.
You go for squish, and the creature quickly jolts to the right, and your hoof stamps into the dirt, missing.
Feels bad.
Feels Batman. Momentum goes up to 2.
The spider
this-
T-poses you with 8 arms.
This creature here will crawl up and attempt to strike at the boar. All right, unfortunately, the boar goes down, and the creature will take its position. All right, this one here, not being in the best of ways, it's going to look up to Mr. U, Elkman, and again chant and chant.
I don't think
Please
he can
don't.
cast
Hmm?
Old Person because he's currently an elk.
I'm an elk. Yeah.
Oh shit, you are an elk, aren't you? You're not a person.
Can't
There's a-
hold
this-
me.
You can't hold this boy. All right, that is a very good point. Totally forgot about that. Oh no, you're paralyzed forever. Oh shit, no.
That's unfortunate. Would you like me to make a new elk?
No, I would like this to be deleted.
Okay.
There we go.
It always happens when you have 2 tokens for the same thing, it looks like.
It does work out
Two,
sometimes.
yeah.
Okay, instead, he will go for the other largest target.
Don't you dare. Wow.
Wow.
The same
indeed.
roll.
Indeed. The exact same roll. That is a very good point. It chants out this language that seems to be backwards, and unfortunately this time, it does reach you. These strange words that claw at your ears, and you feel yourself held tightly.
You okay?
He's paralyzed,
Oh.
and the creature begins to slowly climb upward. The one climbing up to the east here is the one that cast it. It's your turn. You are
This
currently
kind of
poisoned.
reminds me of the time that Agatha hugged me.
Climbing up to the east.
Yeah, climbing up to the east. The one that is currently concentrated.
So
The one
this
you're current, yeah, the one you guys are currently petting with your token biddies.
My token biddies.
Yeah, exactly. Don't hug him too much. He'll touch you back. Don't do it.
All right.
I mean, he's already touching me, I guess.
This is true. From a distance. He does that long range touch.
Do note you do have poison, so...
You'll have disadvantage, but it should be automatic.
Actually,
Now, if he has to make a save, then no, you don't agree at poison.
About to say, does my Tasha's Cosmic View have a... Yes, it does. I'm gonna use that.
You are going to hit your baby if you do that.
I'm going to
He's in the line.
come over here.
All right, so you cast Skeet.
Skeet.
All right, how does this work if they both save?
Nothing happened. They both
I-
save, I think.
I think they do take 1 instant damage, right?
Yeah,
Or
say,
no?
do they take any amount of damage?
16 on dex save or be covered in acid for the spell's duration, or until a creature uses its action to scrape or wash the acid off.
All right, noted.
So they just fully
So
dodge
they're
your thing.
fine.
Yeah.
All right, you burst forth acid, and both creatures wriggle their way out of the way to dodge the effect.
Damn it.
You still have baby.
Yeah, that's the downside.
Alright.
Going for the Protectatron. Bad boy's not in the square. I'm so glad I turned that to a square. That's so much better.
Protect Cobb.
Probably just trying to figure out what he's doing now. Alrighty, unfortunately, the enemy now gets to go. He
With
moves-
advantage, I think.
Hmm?
Doesn't
Yeah,
get
because you're
advantage?
paralyzed.
Yeah.
I think it's
Sorry.
automatic crit because you're paralyzed.
No, it's
Eh?
not. No, it's whole person advantage, I think. I'm not paralyzed so much, I'm just...
Hold person paralyzes you.
Yeah, you are paralyzed. So attacks against you have advantage, and if they hit their armor,
Yeah. Shit sucks.
it really sucks. Alright, the
Okay, yeah.
creature will lash out against you, swinging once. That should have been advantage. So that's the first attack. Hey, nice. Alright, and a second time. Missing again. Okay, and then I say big armored boy. Alright, and then it flings its poison stinger at you. Oh Lord math. Okay.
It's a lot of extra damage.
That's gonna be a lot of extra damage. Give me 1 second to do it. Okay, so move that.
At least
Plus,
the poison is halved, so...
Poison halved, yeah.
yes, poison is indeed half. And most of it's poison, actually, so that is fortunate for you.
Yeah.
I don't want to do math right now. 24, half that's 12. Minus 12. And then 6 minus 6. Okay, actually, that actually wasn't that bad. Most of it was poison. Okay, so the creature does strike you, and fortunately, while you are paralyzed, Your constitution remains strong, and you yourself are not poisoned.
I am unpoisonable.
All right, that spiritual poisonous blade hovering around this creature strikes at you again, Mr. Elkman, cutting and tearing into your flesh. All right, this little lad here will also begin to move inward as far as he can get. He's gonna go and attack little Casey. Holy shit, I hit him. Good thing you have a shield. Wait.
Casey dies.
He took no damage. How much is that shield for?
11?
7. And then 11 was the first one.
Yeah.
He never lost the first one, so he should still be
Yeah.
11.
That's that math. Odd.
Did it add it?
It didn't do what it's supposed to do. Let me give him full health. That minus 11 should be 50. He'll lose 15 HP. There we go. That's correct. Okay, so he'll strike one time. I'm sorry, did I just
Time
twice in a
for
row?
a new Casey.
Time for a new KC, apparently. Is case okay, case is 0. But he doesn't get the death mark. Okay, confusing, whatever. Unfortunately, the creature does strike out at Casey 2 times, and the second one proving to be lethal.
Sweet.
It skitters looking up at you, Kiara, and Kovu quickly turns, attempting to strip this creature of its spell. He fires off 2 more Eldritch Blasts. And that one actually will hit due to the momentum, and the blast erupts forth from Kovu's hands, strikes this creature in its face, tearing its head from its body. And Urich, you are now.
Oh, thank God.
Alright.
Alright,
Speaking of
I
that-
want that to happen again.
It is your turn, good sir.
Does Kiara get a save for the poison, by the way?
Yes, you do.
At the
Go ahead
end
and
of
roll Constitution, Kiara. Alright, go ahead and remove poison as you are able to shake off its effects. Our hammer is
Oh,
primed and ready.
I missed now, but I've missed
Oh,
every
God.
single attack, so I'm just gonna attack.
Okay.
It's what I can.
Hey, there it is. Alright. With a heavy strike that is an additional 2 damage. And again, alright, boy. This one goes down. How do you do it?
I come back from my paralyzation and I just do like a spinning slam with my hammer. Slam into like the wall of the mountain.
Beautiful. You basically just smash the thing like a bug against the side of the wall. And you guys see it's just ichor and just guts just pour out of the various plates that cover it. And the creature twitches one time and you hear this like light buzzing noise as it slides down the side of the mountain.
Ew.
And for a bonus action, is there anything I can do currently? I am gonna stand here at least.
Okay.
Actually. Yeah, that should be fine.
Alright, sounds good. Alright, Mr. Elk.
And wait a second, need
Oh.
bonus action still.
Oh, sure.
Bonis?
Yeah. Let's see, just
Are you,
for good
are you
measure.
pushing him back or?
Could do something like that.
Okay.
I'm not sure though. I can also get someone through the gate, but I don't
Yep.
think anyone needs it currently.
Up to you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take this small one.
Alright.
And try to shove it, I guess. Try to.
Alright, knocking back 5 feet. Like that.
Yeah, should be fine.
Alrighty. You slam your shield in this creature and it shakily falls back and kind of rolls down the side of the mountain it was attempting to climb. Mr. Elk, what you got?
I got it, guys. I'll kill him eventually.
Alright, with a quick
We believe.
stomp, you turn this
All-
creature into
all
a
we hear is-
paste.
Uh,
and it is no more, Valen. You know, a
I
few
don't
more of
have
these
another,
creatures.
but
So
I can
you,
run down here.
yep, you can definitely move.
I want to be like there.
Sure. All right, momentum has increased up to 3. This creature will climb down here, and I don't feel like bullying your animal, so it's going to attack Urret. It'll
Bully
lash
the
out
belly.
with its fangs.
Or
You're
it's
able
getting bullied.
to resist this side effect. Strike out 2 more times, both missing. As you're just you're just too hardy for this creature, Yara.
3 crits and then the
And
3
alright,
crits,
2
2
crit
get
fails,
3
yeah.
misses.
My baby is dead, right?
Your baby is dead. You scope at the area and see there are only 2 enemies remaining.
Unfortunately, that's my entire turn.
Just attack, you're fine. You guys have downtime between moving through locations. Remember, you have a +3 to everything.
Oops, make sure I
did
select
you-
first.
Did you change the potions, by the way?
That changed what?
Because apparently I have 2 of different kinds of level 3 potions.
I don't believe I touched it.
The weight is different on them.
Wait a second, that's weird. I have no idea.
That's fine.
Alright, with a quick blast of your fire, you strike this creature, Kiara, but you notice it is strangely resilient to the attack.
Oh no.
The creature will turn to strike out at the elk, first baring its fangs,
That's just rude.
and then scratching out with its claws. Unfortunately,
Wait, how much
this
much
brings you back to
overkill
your
was that?
man. You were at probably like 1 or 2, honestly. You have a shield, doesn't matter too much. You can just recast the shield. it was very close though. You can say 1.
Minus 1.
Kovu is up next, and he will move backwards. And as he do, he's going to attempt to pepper this creature, just squishing it up a bit for you. Alright, with the first strike, it's already bloodied. With a quick seconds, he actually completely blasts it from the side of the mountain.
Oh
All
my
right.
God.
He
He's
turns.
cool.
He turns even smirk.
He's cool after missing a few times.
Exactly.
I'll wind up.
He's getting there.
Yes.
Baby's
We
right
all
back
have
to him.
that.
That's typical for my luck.
The creature looks up at you with defiance, Urret. As you bring down your hammer, you crush it and just absolutely smear this thing into a paste into the dirt. Looking around you guys, you can tell there are indeed more enemies about. There are plenty, but fortunately they are not located at this specific area. They are charging around you. You see various soldiers moving to the left, moving to the right, intercepting them. You guys can tell you've taken out the largest and most hazardous enemies in the area.
Alright, we should probably warn them about the spiders. Because those are dangerous.
Most definitely. You guys were actually given a horn, and if you wish to blow it, you can basically contact local, anyone local will perk their ears up.
I mean, would they send over basically a scout or something for messaging, or would they send up an entire force?
Effectively, yeah. So that they have scouts moving about, basically people to relay information, and they have stones
Sure.
of sending to speak the usher. As you let
Yeah, we
loose
probably
the
do that.
horns, and a scout rushes over to your group after felling one of the smaller crawling enemies. And he looks at each of you and sees Urt. While you are a little hurt, you guys look like you're doing pretty good. And he looks to each of you and says, "Yes, did anyone need assistance?
Not so much assistance, but we have news.
Do tell."
The spider creatures that has been seen,
You know,
they are quite dangerous. It's probably a good thing to bring some magical countermeasures for them.
okay, good. So we should be focusing them down first.
Preferably, yes, from
Excellent.
a range.
All right, excellent. We'll tell the archers, and we will tell all our magic users. Thank you very much. Your name was.
Good.
All right, excellent. Thank you. He quickly turns, spearing another one of those creatures, and you see him pull out a stone of far speech, and he begins to speak into it, relaying that information.
Ooh, he's confident. He's one of Hishira's men?
Correct. Okay. Remind me how Kalu's healing worked? Was it one charge.
Healing light is a bonus action.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just gonna drink a potion anyway, so.
Oh, healing light. Okay, healing light heals for 1d6 plus. There's plus something, right? Your charisma modifier? Okay.
I think so.
Yes. Okay. So we'll go
Don't
ahead
you have
and.
charge of it?
I'll have you roll that.
Also, remember it rolls funny.
So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to roll it. I'll have you roll it, Kiara. 1d6 plus 3, and we'll do that to heal over it. Just roll me 1d6 plus 3, and then we'll use that many charges. He moves over and places his hands on you, Urit.
I'm off to a good start today.
Off to a good start. Rolling ones. At least we got that plus 3. All right, go ahead and do another one. Moving on up.
Another one?
Sure, yeah.
Don't roll too many. I'm gonna drink a potion anyway.
That'd be a 6.
Damn it.
Has to be a 6. Oh, there we go. Okay, spicy.
So close.
Close enough.
All right, that is 3 charges. I'll go ahead and subtract that from his brilliance. 4 charges. And he also has his wand of healing. That's that. All right, you quickly chug potion of healing and almost bring yourself back full.
Oh, I will summon my baby.
All right, summon the baby.
Oh, wait.
That costs 1 spell slot, right?
Yeah. One first spell slot.
All right, your baby returns to you as if it never died.
Do you
Casey.
not also get the ability to use basically just an action if you have the tools to just repair it if it died in the last minute?
Do you have something like that?
I think Battlesmith got
think
that.
so.
I'm not sure you also get it, but
I don't remember reading that anywhere.
I'm gonna say no because I've never read that anywhere. That does sound cool though.
let me see if I can find it.
Definitely. All right, and as we move forward, let's go ahead and go back to the desert map. All right, this creature has been removed. Let's go ahead and scoot you guys forward to show that. And you can see Yashira's forces have defeated this thing, and they are moving southward. He and another UNT army. More of the map is revealed in this general area as they cleave their way forward. This one's also been removed. These guys are going to be.
Looks like it's just Steel Defender.
Gotcha.
If it died on the last hour, you can basically use your tools to repair it or revive it.
That's snazzy.
I wish.
All right, team, where to next?
There's this boy right here.
There is this boy
Yeah,
right here.
here.
Do we want to take them on though? Because we aren't super well equipped for spiders.
I mean, we could just go past this one.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter to me.
Up to you.
Alright. Let me quickly remove my being big, by the way.
Oh god.
Alright. Yeah, yeah.
Too big. Beefy. I got a macro for it. Alright. We're attacking the one to the north-ish from here.
Probably.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
This one.
Alright, excellent.
Get a good look at the actual boss.
Alright, as you guys move forward, we'll go to the next area. There we go. Alright. As you move through the desert, we quickly come up upon what seems to be an abandoned mine. Game wants to be-
Abandoned
Nice. That
mine.
The
means
game
Earth
wants you
gets
to
a
be
bonus for being
big.
at home.
Yes, this feels like home minus the shitty enemies.
Yeah, maybe a bit too much sand, but you know.
just a bit.
And as you look about, you actually do see one of the larger seer, very similar to the enemy you ran into before, but you know this one will not be of the same power level. Sort of chilling in the back. The doors themselves aren't really up for defense; they're more so just something that was probably left behind. There are no people here at all. You only see these strange bug-like creatures chittering about. There's just 2 parapets. On one of them, you see one of the flying creatures that's buzzing around. Deep in, you see there are various of the small crawlers swarming around a creature with a staff that is chanting.
Well, I guess we see our target.
I say we try to sneak up
Wait,
with
do
my
I see that?
disadvantage stealth.
Yes, so
So this is inaccurate?
the door...
Look my screen hub.
Hmm?
This is inaccurate?
Ish. You guys can see... that's more for, like, inside things, yeah. So in the distance, you guys can literally see, like, up to a mile. And this is a straight shot. The doors themselves aren't necessarily blasted open, they just look dilapidated, and they look as if creatures just walked through them, and pushed them off the side. So there's wood and logs just pushed off everywhere.
Okay.
Some creatures are, like, attempting in a strange way, like, put it back up together, but they seemingly give up chitter and then move back away to defend the creature with that.
Oh no, they're learning.
Are we going stealthy?
Probably.
Can we?
I have passed without trace.
Oh. So can anything see us?
Currently, they are not responding. So, as said before, most maps are abstractions. You guys aren't technically this close. You guys are further away. So, if you guys wish to engage in a stealthy way, you're more than welcome.
Yeah, let's go stealthy.
Okay. The winds of the desert are also kicking up, and you see dust, essentially just dust storms, pulling and spinning through here. All right. Pass without trace. We have an extra plus 10 stealth. If you all want to go ahead and roll that bad business for me. No two of you have disadvantage, but you get plus 10.
Is it auto at disadvantage?
24.
Should be, yeah.
It
So
does not appear.
19, 24.
I could have had 30.
Oh. Yeah, go ahead and roll one more.
Oh,
Disadvantage
It
here.
would have been 35 actually.
All right, 19 is still really damn good. Okay, and 20, still really damn good. All right, let me ask you guys, where are you stealthing? Where are you attempting to go?
Probably didn't
So,
want to
like-
approach like the.
Is this area
Okay.
basically like climbable up here?
Very much so.
Yeah.
To the north,
thinking
there
go
seems to
up
be a
there.
climbable step.
Yeah.
It might take you but a moment, but it is most definitely climbable.
I would definitely, well, tell them to go
I'd
that
want
way,
to
I
go up
guess.
there.
Get that vantage point.
As you guys move northward, attempt to get a vantage point, you seemingly get there with ease. As you pause, you don't hear the...
Kovu can also peek up ahead because he's got spider walk, remember?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Kobo will definitely
She
move on
walk
ahead
up the
with
wall
that.
like 90 degrees.
He'll look about with his 26 in stealth. And seeing...
By the way, I'm watching him do the spider walk. Very fascinated.
yes, and
I might inwardly ask Druck, do you think we can learn that?
he's looking ahead like, with my size, definitely not, but that's really damn interesting. I'll have to ask him.
Now, Karad, do you know how to do that?
With science, yes. Or I
Nice.
can just fly. I do have wings.
True.
All right, you do.
Forgot about that part.
You see Kobu just kind of walking up the side of the wall, and he's doing it in a very brazen way initially, specifically for you, Kiara, and he kind of points back. And then he takes it a little more seriously when he gets to the top and starts to look around. He kind of moves behind a box in the barrel and starts to look about and motions for you guys to come on up.
I will attempt to do it quietly.
I mean, that does require a lot of core muscle, you know, to stand like at a degree like angle like that.
He uses all of his 9 strength to do that.
That's what it's all for.
All right, and as you guys begin to move upwards, you move about, and unfortunately, the ground wasn't as stable as we were hoping.
Cool.
The stone and the wood break under your step. All right, you hear a crunching sound, and as you do, the flying beast to the south is made aware of you. Looks to your group. The chanting from the distance grows louder. And suddenly, all the creatures are made aware of your presence.
Oh boy. And
This
now
is
we die.
fine. No, we won't.
Roll initiative.
Oh, I'm rolling so hard today.
Oh my god.
I just rolled for Kovu.
Oh my god.
All right. Looking from here, you guys can see one of these spider creatures crawling about to the south. It looks like it was moving
roll so high. Damn it! He's
because
the
he's got that
healer.
juice, baby. I'm pretty sure he still has that. No, did he sell that necklace?
Which necklace?
The necklace that, yeah, he still has the amulet of the Quaddle that, oh my god, Vox gave him. Remember I gave you guys those broken items?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. He has like a +4 to stealth or dexterity, so he gravy, baby.
I
Alrighty,
mean, I'll
well,
probably tell Kiara and Kovo to focus the one on the back.
okay, so you guys want...
Val and I can take care of the small ones that come to us.
Okay, so when you said, do you want Kobe to start blasting the spider one or the one with the staff?
I mean, I can only see the one with the staff currently, and the one that's on the tower to the south.
So Kobe does let you guys...
I think I see something here, but I'm not sure what it is.
Yes, that's one of the spider beasts. You can definitely see it from up here because you're up higher. I'll should go ahead and move you down, just because you would have seen it. Actually, yeah, you guys won't see it. You guys down, so you
What is the
Witness.
range of hold person?
roll me Arcane. Arcane. Arcanus.
If I remember that.
You think to yourself, what's the range on that? You're not entirely sure. Unfortunately, you don't have time to ask, but Kovu, knowing that this creature is a little shit, he's going to prepare some Eldritch Blasts. Keep in mind, we're on momentum 3. So everything is +3. That is 7 damage. This will get real spicy after a while. Damn. I'm getting so many critical misses. All right, Kovu kind of takes like half cover behind this, as there is about a 3 or 4 foot lip here. All right, you guys do hear skittering. Word. You hear skittering, but you're not sure you see it. All right, one of these smaller creatures attempts to start to scale the wall here. And this one is going to join its brethren up yonder. And sort of just pause right here. You see her continues chanting and actually moves backwards. Bert.
Is it far enough up the wall that I can hit it?
Yes, it is climbing up the wall, and it is just about to get to the top. It is skittering as it's like climbing up like...
I am definitely not going big because the building is about to collapse soon.
Fair enough.
Alright, let's see. Is there anything I can do with my bonus actions? I'm just gonna give myself runic aid so I don't get a whole person again.
Sounds like a plan. That shit hurts.
What, you didn't like that?
No, not quite.
Not really.
It's hard to breathe.
Alright, the lad is boosted. As you ready your hammer and swing down on the beast.
Bonk.
2 quick strikes. You just basically wrench it off the side of this building and like
I
golf.
play golf with it.
Yeah, you just golf swing it and it bounces off a wall to the north, and you can just hear its shell just like crack as it just slides down. Alright, the flying figure does not quite like the cut of your jib and will begin to fly towards you guys. It'll actually just fly straight towards Kovu, and that'll be its whole act.
That's just rude.
It is
just rude.
quite rude. The
Now
swarm
imagine if I still had my stone rune and I could charm it in midair. Or devastate it in midair.
Alright, Valen, you're up. The swarm of beasts begins to move toward your group.
Don't want to use big spells, but I probably have to.
I mean, probably not. Do you not have any range spells?
I have Produce Flame, Ice, and
I honestly have no idea what's
I don't have a whole lot of like super long range stuff. Like higher level spells, if I want range.
I think Ice Knight is probably good enough for this.
Nah,
It's a fun spell though.
bringing out the big shit.
What's the big shit? Oh god.
Ooh.
Okay. I do believe
This is the one that broke last time.
No,
Yes.
I know how it functions now, so we're good. It picks
Okay.
one target, correct?
Well,
think you can pick one.
I choose the target.
Yes. Yeah. So that's what it.
Yeah, I want to hit the seer in the back.
Big boy in the back. All right. He looks like he
He-
succeeded. And
Yeah,
he takes
half
that.
damage.
All right. Let's go ahead and apply that on him. All right. As a bolt of lightning is called down, it strikes the creature and it kind of pauses like as you call out for this absolutely ridiculous spell. I think I can delete this if the lightning stays. I believe it's a tile.
It's very hard to see.
It is very hard to
It's
say,
fine.
but that's fine. It's an overhead tile, so that makes sense. But yes, so there was already a storm looming, Valen, and you only added to it.
Oh wait, if there's a storm there, it adds damage, I think.
Oh, how much?
Yeah.
It's an extra d10. Yeah, spells damage increases by 1d10 because
Roll it up, buddy.
control of an existing storm.
Roll it up. An extra d10.
What?
All right, as one does.
You also gain control over the storm, so if it's like an enemy storm, you literally have their spell.
Oh, that's cool.
Alrighty, are you ending your turn there, Mr.
I
Valen?
wish Govu could do that.
You wish Kovu was cool. I'm gonna go sit next to Cobb.
All right, you sit next to Cobb, and he's sitting there just flexing. He's getting ready.
Hell
Lekka
yeah.
can also cast this spell.
Ooh, actually, do you allow Cobb to run forward and punch the spawn emissary?
Sure, just don't die.
Ah! He just runs forward and just is prepared, and he just unarmed strikes this thing right.
Hell yeah,
Yes!
Cobb,
All right,
let's
he
go.
runs up and just punches the shit out of it, and he gets two of these bad boys, and he prepares his second punch.
Hell yeah.
So beefy.
Cobb's
All right,
ascended.
two quick fists, and he turns to look at your group, seeking approval.
Thumbs
I
up.
nod in approval.
Thumbs up.
He flexes and just yes. All right, Kiara.
Drug sticks his
Uh,
thumb up at him.
Yes.
Could you please get rid of the cloud?
I mean,
I'll work
last
on
time
that.
we couldn't.
Yes. Work in
Is
progress.
the issue.
It's pitch black. I can't see anything.
I'm aware. Click
Uh,
on.
Go to the measuring tool and then go back to the other one. Okay, I
Yeah.
didn't mean
There
to
we
do that.
go.
Yeah, I think the measuring tool kind of goes away.
All right.
It's weird that it makes it opaque now.
Very much so. Yes.
Or not opaque? I still don't know what the...
No one does. It's
Uh,
okay.
Yes. Words.
Schrodinger's opaqueness.
Pretty much. Ooh, getting blasty. All right, a single scorching ray. Ooh, hold up. All right.
Too bad the
Fired
damage
up.
rolls by that.
The second one will miss. The first one does hit. And you go one more. All right. Oh, shit. Okay. Unfortunately, that does miss. What? Yeah, girl. There we go. You remembered. All right.
All right.
3 quick bursts of heat. Only 1 strikes, but it does an extra nice hunk of chunk of damage due to your arcane firearm. And the baby helps.
The baby helps.
All right. The
Did
baby
it.
blasts this boy in the face, and it starts to kind of skitter and fall back a bit, and you can tell it is hurting. This other creature is going to attempt to move itself, and well, he can't really get out of the shit, but he's going to move as far as he possibly can, and then he is going to just barely hurl a fireball at Kovu.
Kovu, no. New friend, no.
Unfortunately,
I
Kovu,
intercept.
you intercept elemental. Is it full damage?
It just says damage, yes.
Okay, cool, sweet.
When a creature you can see hits a target other than you within 5 feet with the
There we
attack.
go. All right. So this
Yeah, it's an attack, so it's not. Yeah,
awesome.
Can
That
you
was.
see with the storm?
You can say yeah.
probably. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can definitely say. It
I
whips its
just have
tail.
to see Kovu.
Yeah,
I think.
exactly.
Right.
And the attack is outside the storm. So you basically see this ball of fire hurl out of the storm, and right before it reaches Kovu, you quickly reach out and block like almost all of the damage. And Kovu looks to you and gives you a quick nod of approval. And the momentum die. One. All right, Kovu unfortunately is gonna have disadvantage because the shitbag's standing in front of him. But guess what? He doesn't care. Actually, does he care? No. Here, do this.
Doesn't
Plus
have
4
any
is
melee
is
spells.
is really damn good. So we're gonna go ahead and just go off of, hey, this is gonna work. Yeah, that does work. Sweet. All right, with a quick blast. 2 quick blasts. Shit. Okay.
Unfortunate.
Unfortunate. 2 quick blasts. Unfortunately, the second one hurls over the creature's head and does not take it out. But you can tell it is inches from death. I would like to ask Mr. Urwit, roll me perception.
Oh no.
All right. Look southward, Mr. Urit. And as you do, you see another one of those creatures skittering towards you. It was hiding in one of the back areas. And it looks up to you, good sir. It begins to chant again. Fortunately, you succeed. All right, this one that is just not having a good time at all is kind of going to take cover here. And he does have the ability to do so, so he'll shoot off a bolt of fire towards Kovu, who dives out of the way. All right, the creature in the back, having been struck by lightning, will begin to float forward. And as he does, you get the feeling that he is focused on both Kovu and Urit, the two that he can primarily see, but fortunately, he cannot reach either of you. Urit, what do you do?
I'm gonna take a step this way.
Okay. Bully the bug.
That one.
Bully the bug.
Bully the
Bully.
bug. All right, a massive hit, +4 on that one. All right, the creature is heavily wounded after your 2 strikes.
Is it not dead yet?
It is not dead yet.
Wow.
You have your
How
booster,
dare.
don't you? You got your
I'm
little
sorry, what?
extra. You got
No,
your little
because
extra.
I'm not big.
Oh shit, you're right. Okay, it is very close to death.
I am not big.
It is very close to death.
I mean, I can try to
Not
slam
big,
it,
see?
slap it backwards off the building, I guess.
Go for it.
Because I mean, I can do that with my just attack.
Oh yeah, true. Just knock him
Sure.
back. Well, okay.
Yeah.
So all that is.
I mean, if you want me to roll for it, then fine.
Uh,
I can do that.
I would say if you want. Okay, I'll put it this way. If you want to use your bonus action, like knock him back, I'll have him take
Yeah.
fall damage.
Basically, can I do that and have him take fall damage? Then I'll
It-
roll for it, fine.
If you do your shield, yeah. We'll do a contested roll, and then if he fails, he'll shield.
Damn, those rolls have been terrible today.
I'm sorry. All right, you swing out, and the creature is on guard this time, so he's able to kind of deflect your shield, and he does not fall.
I could waste that, but I don't want to. Do I have anything else I can do about it? Not really.
All good there.
I'm going to force it to attack me as I move this way.
You want it to hit you?
Yes, I'm going to move basically around Cobb, and I want it to attack me.
Okay. You can move through Cobb if you want to be on that side.
I guess.
I said if you just want to go on that side, you can move through Cobb. It's
Yeah.
fine. Okay.
I don't
but
think anyone can do anything if it attacks me right now. Probably not. I'll just move this way.
Okay. You move around that.
I also don't want to be close to it because I'm going to do something.
Okay, fair enough. After you do move, though, the creature is going to take its turn to lash out at everyone around it. First, he's going to lash out at you. Miss
Oh, no.
horribly. He's going to lash
mainly,
out.
mainly I want to move this way so I'm out of vision of the spider out of the storm.
Then he's going to try to stab.
Oh.
Can you poison a cob of corn? Yes.
Probably.
Technically, yes.
All right, he strikes at the cobman, and unfortunately, he is indeed poisoned as you see the stinger enter his corny bits, and he just goes, ah!
Not the corny bits.
Oh.
Anything but the corny bits.
Anything with the corny bits. All right, the creature is going
I
to.
can do with my
use-
reaction. I can intercept that if I.
Oh,
if
yeah, do you want to?
I don't know how much health does corn have. I don't know.
Not very much. That
We
hurt.
don't know.
Yeah, I'll intercept it then.
You don't know, but that hurt.
I must protect the corn.
All right, protect the corn. Roll it up.
Not great. Not terrible.
It's something.
But protect it from the poison though.
All right. You block a good portion of it. Unfortunately, he's still poisoned, but all the same, you did shield him from the knife. Did you shield
Push
him
Cobb
before?
out of the way.
He had a no, he didn't. You guys remember. 5. The small creature here will hurl another ball of fire at Krovu. Fortunately, this one will strike the Krovu. All right, Valen, you're up, bud.
There's many things that I can force to make a save.
There
And by
are
many, I mean 3.
there's a lot going on here. A lot of boys.
I don't like this lad. I'm just gonna keep going for him.
That's a good idea. He's getting closer.
Save. DC 15.
15. Alrighty, we're going for save dexterity.
Oh.
All right, roll the damage and
Unfortunate.
add a d10. Ooh, it's 4d10. Nice.
It's 3d10 normally, but it's an existing storm, so I get another one.
Hell yeah, buddy. All right, lightning strikes down at this creature as it looms closer and closer. And you get the feeling, Valen, that it might just be focusing on you.
I wonder why.
I wonder why.
Can I hide behind a box or something up here?
Yeah, definitely.
Get some cover.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, you are elevated position, so you can probably like prone yourself.
You prone is a free action. You can literally just go prone. And honestly, I'll say this: if you go prone, he cannot hit you from down here. He can fly, so he can fly upward. But up to you. Prone is completely free, and yes, if you guys go prone or like duck, you can take cover pretty easy back here. So totally up to you.
I mean, even if you're prone, if he attacks you from
Ah.
range, it's still disadvantage.
This is true.
Yeah.
All right, so you go flat. You just drop to the floor, and Mr. Cobb is going to just lash out. He has been poisoned, but all the same, he will try his
Do it, Cobb,
damnedest.
do it.
Oh, even
Hell
with
yeah,
disadvantage. Even with disadvantage, Cobb doesn't care. All right, one more strike. Come on, Cobby, baby, you can do this. No, that's gonna hit. We got friends nearby. We got the boost. Oh my god, guess what? Cobb just
Hell
like
yeah,
jumps up and through the poison, just uppercuts this thing in the face. You can hear it just crack as
Hell
Cobb
yeah.
downs it and just turns, starts just like chanting and just screeching. It's like yes.
All right, now hide before you die.
You all right?
Kind of hides behind this thing. All right, Yara, you're up.
All right,
The right one, right? Oh, he's
Cobb
dead.
has to roll his poison thing again.
Oh yeah, he does.
I believe in you, Cobb.
Come on, buddy. Yes.
Hey.
Oh, so thick and full of corn.
Cobb's the MVP
So
here.
powerful. Alrighty. This is a standard fire bolt.
Cobb might be
Alright.
stronger than Casey.
Yeah, just maybe.
Alrighty, with a quick blast, you actually almost take this thing down to bloodied in a single shot, PR. And everybody, the wonderful shield from the little Casey that could.
A little Casey that could.
Hell yeah. This creature doesn't like being in the storm any more than anybody else does. So he will move upward and fling another ball of heat to Kofi. Unfortunately, we'll also
Kofi's really duck.
Kofi's gonna duck on his
You
turn. don't
really
worry.
should duck.
All right, he's gonna do that. He turns around. He's like, he's like wiping like sparks and shit off his chest and like,
on fire.
yeah, he's like trying to like get it out. Oh no, sorry, yeah, he doesn't wear a shirt, does he?
No, he doesn't. Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
he's-
his chest hair is burning.
Yeah, so his lack of chest hair is burning. He's going to turn to the creature that has been getting closer and closer. Shit, there's two of them.
I
Damn.
mean, the best part is you can stand up, fire, and then go prone again.
Yeah, so he's going to shoot the one in the distance first. That one is 100% dead. That's a freaking +5, 17
this
plus
one,
10.
This one is definitely the
Yes.
most dangerous
So
one.
he blasts that one in the face, and he just hurls backward as he turns quickly, shooting a second Eldritch Blast to this one. That will also strike it for 16. And it is very clearly bloody as it limps, starts to slowly move forward, and Kobu is definitely prone for that.
I really wish I had a crossbow right now.
Doesn't want to get dead. He just lays down like a boy. Okay, creature will. What?
Like a boy?
Like a lad. All right, the thing's going to climb up the side. He's going to see
lad.
you, Kiara. And once again, more chanting.
Stop it.
Fortunately for Kiara, you make the save, and the creature's unable to hold you.
Excellent.
All right, this boy is just going to say, "Where are you?" Okay. All right, he's literally just going to fly. He's going to move 10 feet forward, and then just 20 feet straight up. All right, and he can see some of you. He's going to look to you, Kiara. And he's going to focus and just sort of wave and turn the staff, twirling it in his hands, and he juts it at you as you feel something striking at your mind. You need to make a save, which you do. Only taking half damage. The creature does not seem let off by this at all. Still focused. Alright.
Ah, yes. My turn.
Your turn.
Throw something. I believe in you.
Somewhat awkward. You're pacing, you're thinking.
Huh.
What do?
Not much I can. I mean, even if I throw something, I'm pretty sure it's out of range. Because
It's
throwing
actually,
range
it's
is
actually pretty far, yeah.
30 feet?
Like 30, yeah. And past that would be
Yeah,
disadvantage.
best. I guess I'll go stand here next to Kovu to give him some.
I'll say
protection
if
he
you want to
needs it.
throw stuff, you can pick up
Random
rubble.
stuff.
Yeah, there's
Well,
rubble
it-
here. You can throw rubble, and I'll say
Yeah,
it'll
but
just
at
be.
the same time, why bother basically?
I mean, if you want to prepare an action, you can. That's fine.
Can I? Do we have any other options I can?
It's up to you. Basically saying, as your action, if you want to pick up something because this place is
Yeah.
pretty messed up, you can just throw it as a improvised
I would
weapon,
probably
rock,
more
stone,
likely,
something. Just chuck it.
Yeah, probably more likely ready in action or something. But
Okay. That works for me.
yeah, I'm going to stand next to Kovu to, if he needs any help, be able to protect him, and I'm going
Right.
to give Kiara.
Kovu being on the ground looks up to you and is like, "I got this, thanks." He's trying his best.
On that note, if I'm prone, can I actually intercept or do anything?
I would assume so. Prone just means you need to stand if things have advantage to hit you. Prone's really weird.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Prone isn't technically bad. It's weird.
I mean, it is if things are trying to murder you, but
Yes, in melee range. From the distance, it's actually a good thing. They have disadvantage.
I'll give Kiara this,
Alright.
and I'll go prone in defense mode, and I'm
Alright.
ready in action in case anything gets near me to
Wonderful.
attack it.
All right, the creature will slowly climb up here. All right, Valen, you're up.
oh boy. Do I continue bullying the lad? Probably because he does a lot of damage. Actually, can I? Because he's flying now.
I don't see why not. He's in the storm. You can shoot. Oh, he's not above the storm.
How high is the storm?
Like 40, I think. 40, 50 feet,
is
right?
it-
Pretty high up. Well,
Yeah.
if I take control of an existing storm, it's wherever that one was.
It's
So
high
probably
enough that
really high up.
he can't fly over it. Yeah, if that's okay.
Well, I'll just bully him. Another
Alright.
dex save.
Bully away, buddy. All that damage.
He's not grounded, he takes extra damage now.
All right, that is an extra 10. As lightning calls and is struck down on this beast. He continues to move forward.
And I'll crawl over here, so I'm kind of behind something too.
Okay.
Well,
I
prone.
should give myself prone, by the way.
Excellent. Just crawling around. All right, Kiara, what you got?
We're all just crawling around.
How do I give myself prone?
It should just be one of the conditions.
Conditions, right.
Yeah, just give yourself the condition. It should be somewhere down. There you go. All right, Kiara, what you got?
Same.
The only one who's not prone. All right, you blast away at this creature, and your bolt of fire tears into it.
The animals have been doing nothing, they're just sitting around.
I mean, they can't. They're melee and they're hiding.
They're just
They're actually
Reading.
scared of the storm.
just
Probably.
well, I mean, probably.
Probably, yeah. That running into it would be very foolish.
Is he dead?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Zabebe. All right, I will also go prone.
Okay.
The baby will peek out.
Casey
Everyone's-
doesn't have to be prone.
Everyone's lying on the floor. Casey literally can't go prone.
I mean, he doesn't have to. He's small enough that he can
Yeah,
hide on the edge.
Exactly.
Casey can duck though.
Casey has to jump up here to shoot and then just straight back down. But he blasts this thing in the face.
And then pats Kofu's shoulder and waves.
All right, the creature begins climbing up the side of this wall. And
oh no.
we go to maximum momentum. We are at 6. All right, Kovu was first. And, well, he's going to break prone and go over here. He can just take cover behind this thing. So yes, half his movement, but that's fine. He's going to look over to this little bitch boy here and start blasting, as one does. Second. All right, and with that, 2 quick blasts from Kovu, and the creature scurrying from the south is dispatched. All right, it'll start flying over this way, and 10 more feet up. And at this point, it can see everybody. He's going to look downward and see. Oh yeah, you're shocking the shit out of me. I want to pick you.
No.
It's fine.
All right, he focuses his energies on you, Mr. Valen. Unfortunately, we receive a fail there. And your
Oh, does
mind
that
is...
just hit?
Yes. It's just a save.
Unfortunate.
All right, I believe in you. I believe in you.
Will it roll advantage automatically? Probably not. Nope.
One more. I believe. believe. There it is. Alrighty. And on top of that, we get to roll a d6. 4. That means you are frightened.
Well, that's rude.
It is very rude. All right. As this
Not that it matters, but
orb strikes you, you feel a shake and a tremor within you for but a moment. All right.
stop being scared.
Just stop it.
As I'll give him.
Stack everything on Valen.
Basically.
Help me, I'm drowning in buffs and debuffs.
Soon you'll just be buffs and debuffs and no more token. For reference, the creature is
Oh.
close to the top. You can hit it if you wish.
I guess I'll dash here.
So you
I can dash there, right?
You lose 15 feet of movement first.
Oh, right, right.
Yeah, because you're around. Yes, you
Not
don't.
again anyway, it's fine. Actually, is he above the cliff or is he?
He is.
It doesn't matter actually, he's ranged.
Yeah.
Oh. Go prone.
Okay. This is hilarious. Stand up, run, lay back down. All right, Val, what you got?
I'm gonna stand up and be real scared
Okay.
and hit him again. More lightning.
I mean, you probably don't even have to stand up to see him, right, at this point.
Right, he can see you, so you do not stand up.
Oh, well. I'm just gonna lay down on the floor and like
Just
wave
lay
my
down
hand
and
he's
just
gonna get
lightning.
zapped. Lightning! Okay, that was terrible.
That was really
4
bad.
threes.
Holy shit! I am sorry. All right. This time it strikes, but with much less gusto. The
Quite
creature is
unfortunate.
very much focused on you as a turret.
For some reason, you have the weird image of a sad little kobold, blue kobold, being sad for you.
Is that your turn, good sir?
Yes.
All right, Cobb's gonna run up and try to punch this thing in the face while it's coming up. Oh, just a quick, twist with the hips, and he knocks it off the side. And as it tumbles to the floor, it splats against the ground, and Cobb shears
yeah.
again. All right, carry up.
Damn, I think Cop's got me beaten kills right now.
One
I think
enemy
Cop's
remains.
beating all of us in kills right now.
He's kill securing. Wow.
He's actually
That is
doing
a-
some damage.
Critical fail, unfortunately.
All right.
I'm so proud of Cobb.
Do we need our temp HPs back?
Not really.
Also, baby has a +6 to hit right now, and a +6 to damage. All right, the creature is now shaken, not stirred. As you can see, it's sort of moving about a bit. It pauses for a moment, almost as if thinking or receiving new information. And as it does this, you actually see it begin to move away from you all. Moves its full speed this way, as Kovu begins to fire off his Eldritch Blasts.
Poppage.
And it's beauty.
That's unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. As it moves this way, though, just beyond the shadows, you see something swirl, something moving in the darkness. And the creature pauses for but a moment, as if it's reacting to this thing, this entity that is in the shadows. And quickly it lashes out. You see a sickly green light begin to emanate from deep within the cave, and it jolts forward at an immense speed. There is no light. It's difficult to see through the storm, and shadows swirl around this creature as blades cut and cut and cut into this creature.
Kakashi!
Looks like enough damage. As you see the shadows dissipate, you see your friend Kakashi standing with both of his blades drawn. You see around him an image of Erebus forming a spectral arcane armor around his body. The creature sputters and falls to its death.
Kakashi's back!
I'm looking
Kai-
over the cliff.
It's the guy I met once.
Kakashi turns to you guys and gives you a quick nod, and then jogs on over to meet with the rest of your party.
So how was Quart?
It was interesting, to say the least. It was a little more complicated than Court. We'll essentially talk about it. Let's just say I was preoccupied with something.
I don't know if I forgive you.
Trust me, I'd be here if I could.
He's here now.
He points there. Exactly.
Better late than never.
And then he kind of he holds his hands out, and you can see Erebus behind him. Literally, there's essentially an Anubis, like Anubis armor, dawning all over Kashi. It's
Dope.
it's both shadow and that like teal green light. He
I
says,
see you've
Do-
been
does it come with
practicing.
a Does it come with a jackal helmet?
yes.
Yes, to which question?
Very fancy.
With all of those. Yes, practicing. Yes, to the jackal helmet. And he looks to you all and says, "It seems I arrived just in time. I'm assuming we're going," and he points to the east. That way?
Yep.
Yes.
All right,
What's
well,
the plan?
he twirls his
Actually-
blades in his hands. Do this.
I'm gonna listen if I hear anything from the caves.
You do hear skittering. There's definitely more in there, but you're not sure you have the time to take them all out.
Nah, we could leave the Haka to that. But it's
True.
Now I want him with us.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna break the gates.
Break it down to steal them in.
Basically, yeah.
All right, excellent.
Break down the support to cave
Alright.
it in.
Excellent. With a few quick swings of your hammer, the supports fall, and there's a cave-in on both the north and the eastern facing entrances. The one from the south doesn't seemingly have any enemies crawling about in there, but you're more than welcome to capsize it just to be safe.
Probably.
All right, you go ahead and do that, and now we move on. Back to the map. All right, this thing has been downed. Dead. Also moving forward. All right, your group looks around. While you do indeed see carnage, you also see victory. We're having to spread ourselves a little thin, but all the same, we push forward, and we push forward. More enemies fall. It seems the smaller ones, there's almost an endless horde of them.
That's about right.
That makes sense, yeah. So
Alright,
what is
team. Where to
what
next?
is the status of this one?
Southward, it would be difficult
we know?
to tell. You guys actually wouldn't know that offhand. But you do know that wherever Yashiro goes is probably fine, as he's fighting with a good half of the Yonti
I
army.
also want to be able to like pincer attack this one together with Yushiro.
You can probably do that. So for reference, there are plenty of his soldiers rushing about, moving from point to point, basically trying to ensure that while there is a phalanx of men behind, holding off the enemy, the rest of his soldiers are doing their absolute best to make sure nothing has to pass by in the first place.
We should go after this one, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically it.
And
Yeah.
then all three of us.
I did
can
want to attack that one, well, basically with the help of Yushiro, so we can
Okay.
take it from both sides.
Sure.
Because the spiders are scary.
They're
For
pretty
melee, at
squishy.
least. I mean, yeah, for range, for you guys.
You don't
I'm
need to worry
screwed.
about
I stepped on one.
You're an elk, it can't grab you for whatever reason. I mean, if you polymorph me, sure, I'm fine.
Maybe later.
Alright, is that the plan? We're going for this boy here?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
boy.
Alrighty. Southward, our
I guess
team.
I would say take it slow so we can scout it out first.
More stealthy.
I mean, if we fight this guy in a cave or something, it's won't be as fun for me.
Indeed, indeed. Alright, our team moves south. And holy mother of God. Of course, where the hell did it put you guys? Why did it put you off the map? Why did it put her at the bottom of the map? Okay.
Yes.
Because I'm a dwarf.
He just yeeted you into the Undermines with you.
To the
I am
Underdark.
To
I
the
am now a
Underdog.
dwarger. I mean, technically I can grow, so I am a dwarger, yeah. I just don't have the sunlight sensitivity.
Ah,
All right,
Perfect.
as you guys are loading, let me go ahead and grab myself, refill my drink. I'll be back in like 2 seconds.
Moss gonna BRB.
All right, she is AFK for but a moment. Are you two still here?
maybe.
Oh god, is everyone dead? Okay. The non.
I don't want to hit the initiative button. It's
You're gonna wait.
cursed.
You're gonna wait. You want to push it for you?
It's no.
Do you
Mine-
want me to
It's
roll
my
it for
button.
you?
Is mine more cursed? Or is yours more cursed?
Yes.
See, this is why you should just become a. What was it again? The wizard? I
Mm,
can have 2 rolls for free.
Oh, divination.
Divination wizard and portent your initiative.
Portent was fucking stupid.
Portent was very. We were also using it wrong, but it was kind of fun, so I don't really care.
The way we're playing, we can't really use it. Is the thing.
You can't use it the way you're supposed to.
Yeah.
No.
Honestly,
Because you have to roll and then use portent and then roll damage.
yeah, a lot of the official rules are honestly really tedious, and I want to speed combat up.
Yeah.
So, not like
My,
okay,
my-
we
my
rolled. Do you
stop
want to?
Actually works the same way.
Yeah. It's the same with initiative. You have to say, "Oh, before I roll this, I want advantage," and then it fails anyway. And you go, "Okay, I'm glad I used my one inspiration on that. Awesome."
Yeah.
It just feels weird. Not a fan.
I think you want. Hey.
Hey, there we go. Very spicy.
Now,
Yes,
now watch all the enemies roll 20
Charge
as
it
well.
up.
I know, right?
No.
How dare you roll well? Let me go ahead and knock that down for you.
Usually I get terrible luck while we're playing all these games, and then on Monday when I'm hosting my game, I just crit nonstop. I'm like,
Oh, for your NPCs.
Yeah, I'm like I don't want to kill everyone, I swear.
Honestly, that happens with me sometimes, where I'm like, okay, this should be a pretty easy encounter, and you guys are getting like stomped because I keep critting. I'm like, I'm sorry, it just happens.
The dice can be cruel.
The dice are very cool. Yeah.
I really wish there was a better system for it altogether.
There are other systems.
isn't.
There's
I
other
mean, yeah,
systems.
but
Just don't play
none of
D&D.
Yeah, but none of them have like a good damage system in my opinion, honestly.
I
I haven't seen a system that's really like solid where you do get rewarded basically for having good stats, but
It,
at the same time can still fail.
it depends what you want as a player, realistically. It depends if you want power fantasy or if you want, not realism, but if you want it to be a little more down to earth and more strategy, and less reliant, like not less reliant on your stats, but not too reliant on your stats. It's one of those age-old debates that has just gone on forever because there's 1,000 games out, 1,000 games out there now. It's ridiculous, and they all take a different method for gaming.
I
But
mean, if you want something that feels good, it will probably have to be really complicated as well.
which I don't like. I want combat to
Yeah.
go. I'm more interested in the narrative than like, okay, I get +1 here and -1 here and 2 here, and then you fail the roll anyway. It's like,
realistically speaking, there should be like a difference between heavily armored and agility armor, basically.
yeah, I mean the
So evasive and block chance, stuff like that.
yeah, and there is a method for that. By the way, roll initiative, Kiara. There definitely is a method for that, and I prefer not abstracting armor too much, which is why I'm pretty chill with how Monster of the Week does it, where it's like, hey, armor is literal armor, and if you roll well, you dodge the attack. If you don't roll well, you get hit, but it reduces the amount of damage you take rather than making you. So it's more consistent, which I do appreciate, but it also has its faults. Anywhoots, as you guys approach this location,
When everything's lethal, it's also not amazing, honestly.
I personally like that, but that's a different style of game. I like high lethality as long as that's the tone for it. For
I mean, as long as there's
for
like
5e, it's
good ways to work around it, yes.
exactly, yeah. So the point of high lethality is to use your brain to get around it rather than just kind of unga bunga the whole thing. 5e is very kind of unga bunga, just because it's designed as high heroic fantasy, which is fine. Like I'm leaning into that being the next one. Anywho's, so as you guys approach this location, there are various. You guys loaded, right? Yes, cool. I'm not describing it as you guys aren't even here yet. You look about, and there are various hills. You guys see you're in somewhat of a crevice, and from a distance, you very, very clearly see the creature standing at the top, chanting. I'll let you guys move. Your choice. You can approach from the north, the south, or the west. You cannot approach the east. That's where you're at.
I mean, we came from the north.
Yeah, if you guys want to approach the north, and we're welcome to it.
Do we know
Technically,
what?
you could have walked around this mountain here. It's up to you.
Yeah.
North makes sense.
Yeah.
Over north? Okay. We'll move you guys over north.
I mean, is there any side that starts up?
Up would be basically off the map, and you guys can technically start up there. That would be good for the casters.
Yeah. I mean, I'm also want to take a good look around because I'm sure there's more spiders around.
Looking about, I will say whoever wants to look, roll perception.
What is Kakashi's perception?
There's spiders.
Look for spiders. Nice.
Pretty good. Let's see how good their stealth is. Pretty good. Okay. As you guys begin to look around, unfortunately, you do not see any. You are very certain there is some hiding, though. You do see, of course, the standard small swarms of the crawlers and the one chanting and chanting away. You do not see any of the winged foes. All right, from this position, you guys can go ahead and wriggle yourselves about for where you want to stand. Combat won't start until, like I said, you guys can theoretically be a good like 20, 30, 40, 50 feet up this way before you guys actually move on in. Right now, you guys are at the top of this hill looking down.
Yeah. I mean,
Whatever-
the tactic of us being somewhere up high and me and Thingy being the vanguard and then all of you shooting down was working pretty well.
Yeah, so if you guys want to specifically just Valen, I guess, and Kiara, if you guys want to position yourself upward, I will go ahead and put Kobu with you guys. So wherever you want to be, upward would literally be off the map up this way, to the north, or to the east of your choice.
I mean, we're casters. I kind of do want to be up.
Go for it.
Being up here would probably be not bad.
Up here?
Yeah, I mean, bad for it because you can't do anything, but yes, you can most definitely move up there.
I don't have a whole lot of range, so for once I'm gonna pull out Karad.
All right.
Actually, do I even have a bow in my inventory to represent having him? I
Do
don't
you?
think so. Nope.
I mean, if you want, you can give Garad to me now. Hey, Drak, turn into a bow for me real quick.
Getting the staff already.
He technically is in both in a way, but
Yeah,
all right, you now have the
bow
bow.
is more range.
There you
He is a staff, but weirdly enough, he's a rifle as well.
Oh
go.
my god.
Like I said,
Line up your
he is
shot.
on you. So were we given? If we were given more time, of course, we could tinker with that. Or where are you? Are you up as well? Or are you kind of gonna chill down here and move?
I'm up. I'm not all the way up. I climbed down a bit. I'm like here, basically.
I'm just gonna put the animals off to the side because this is a horrible position for them. If
I'm
for any
back,
reason
no.
you guys think I can do something with them, I'm gonna say they're just sticking. They're hanging back because this is just like as bad as possible. Bad
I'm gonna
movement,
tell
one
Tom,
attack,
I'm
moving
playing-
in.
I'm playing lookout for the ranged squad.
I think the animals should really just be backup in case something gets too close.
Yeah, currently they're off.
They
Basically,
can follow me around if they want.
they're back up over here because they gonna die instantly. They have like 2 health. Okay.
They can be my flanking bonus.
I was about to say, is the panther that squishy?
They're both very squishy. They'll die in 1 or 2 hits. Yeah.
They're normal animals. Yeah, they have like
Yeah,
10
so
HP at best.
They don't have the word great on them, so the badger has like 3 HP for reference. He has a shield on him, which I'll keep. But yeah, for reference, he has like literally 3 HP.
Cove needs to
yeah.
upgrade his bag of animals.
Bigger bag of animals.
A badger with a shield. What?
There, I know, right? A little shield on his head, but there are better animals, by the way. So that is something.
Does Cobb have a shield?
Anywho, it's not currently, but he can steal one.
We should give Cobb a shield.
You could probably give Cobb a shield. He can most likely take
Cobb
one from
just
somebody.
hiding.
I can picture Cobb with a shield.
In the intermittent area, he can most likely
Actually,
have
he's a
one.
druid. Can druids wear shields?
Yeah, would.
Yeah, I have a shield.
Alright.
Is what they do.
Yeah,
All right.
I just wasn't sure if they get proficiency.
As you guys are moving about, the skittering pauses for a moment as you feel like they have recognized where you guys are. 90, that is very, very far. Alrighty, so
Good.
it was about here. It's going to skitter on down and kind of move behind you. And creatures from the distance will also begin to skitter and move their way in. Valen, what say you, good sir?
Shit, I forgot him first.
You are first. You rolled well, remember? The crit. If you don't want it, I can,
Nah, it's fine.
I can trade it for something else.
No,
Okay, you can-
I
you
want
can-
it.
Oh, no, there you go. Yeah, you want it.
Oh, perfect.
Have my crit. There you go.
Well, I'm gonna test out the bow of Karad for once.
Hmm.
Pew pew.
Are you proficient?
Unfortunate. Am I?
Should be. Yeah, plus 1.
It
plus
added
three, yeah.
proficiency.
Yeah, that proficiency. You should be. Which one are you even at?
This boy.
This boy. Okay. He does
all
have,
that.
what, half cover gives you +2?
Yes.
Doesn't matter
Yeah.
because you get +6 to hit, since you guys have not stopped yet. Alright, so that's going to
Spicy.
be 16 damage. As you hear a thunder crack when the bow pulls taut, and the arrow goes soaring. The creature attempts to hide, but you strike it all the same, and it cries out.
That's pretty nice. I should have tried that before.
Probably yes. Alrighty.
Hey, can't you fly yet?
Huh? What? No? I don't have wings.
From just below you, Urit, you see a trap door open in the ground,
Oh great, the attraction spiders.
and a creature that was hiding reveals itself and begins to chant. Fortunately, my friend, you do succeed. Seeing that it failed, it's going to run away. Your attempt to. Alrighty, Urit, what do you do?
Oh, is it my turn?
Yes, something else is skittering around.
Before it runs away, I'm going to try to see if study it with a martial check or something.
Yeah. What aspect are you looking at?
Does it seem like it has any weaknesses or shortcomings, basically? Whatever.
Roll me just
Yeah,
perception.
it's a-
Yeah.
Perception.
Yeah, to see like physically. It's a weak boy. Okay. We will say it hasn't taken on. So yeah, this is an important bit. As it moves around its skin, you can tell there's something culminating under it. Very similar to the others, they have a strange purplish reddish glow under their carapace. This one does not. It's not covered in the same chitness armor, and you guys have, you actually noticed that it is less resistant to fire. So for whatever reason, it's not weak to fire, but this one has not taken on the same fire resistance that the other one had. It doesn't have any weaknesses or any resistances. So it's almost like newly born or something like that. It's not very, from what you've noticed, it's not very proficient in defending itself, which is why it tries to run away and hide.
Oh great, it's a young one.
Yeah.
That means there's probably adults around somewhere. I'm going to move here.
Okay.
Give myself, if I can target myself. Magic shield, go.
Hell yeah, boy.
Away.
And then I'm going to take a dodge action
All right, sounds good.
and go prone.
That does exist. All right. You do that. The creature wiggles on forward, and it's Kiara's turn.
Wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. What say you?
Let's see.
For reference, you can't hit anything where you are. There's a
Can't.
Wait,
there's a big old fist in the way.
Oh, yes, I see.
Yeah.
How about from here?
I tell everyone to
Sure.
come over here for a better angle.
Yes, the much better angle. Now that you've moved southward, Kiara, you can see 3 creatures, and they're checking you guys out.
All right. I think I want to try using this. Can you?
Yeah.
Wow, I can only hit 1.
They are somewhat spread.
All right, 1 it is.
Fourth one we don't like. Ah, darn. All right, you drop your fairy fire, and the creature skitters.
Bastard.
I do have a plan, by the way, so if everyone comes over here.
Fortunately,
very
we have case
useful.
cannon.
Casey Cannon.
Pew pew.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right, with a quick blast, the case cannon obliterates this creature. Very juicy. All right, what say you?
Oh, thought I hit end turn.
Alrighty. Was that order also to Kakashi, or do you want him to kind of do his own thing?
He can do his own thing.
All right, he's gonna do his own thing.
I mean, if he wants to be ranged, then he can go out. But if he wants to go,
He's gonna try to move into melee and do his thing. One of the first things he does is shadows surround his body, and he disappears for a moment and reappears 30 feet below. He'll then use his standard movement to run up this creature, brandishing his blades, as he will quickly strike out at it. Right, he's not felled in a single strike. Unfortunately, he did not have advantage. But all the same, it hurtin'. It hurtin' a bit. All right, this creature will skitter over to Kakashi. Its fangs bared as we strike out against him. First blow will miss. Will strike Reno. No poison. Oh, he's so good though. God, it's a lot of freaking dice dropping all at once.
Not enough.
Not enough.
All right, and you all hear the chanting emanating. We'll say this dude's about kind of where he is. So I'm gonna kind of put him here, so he's still floating 50 feet upward. So he's here. So this location, yeah. And as he's floating there, you guys are within range. Yay. Okay.
Oh, great.
Yes. Oh, great.
You're the one who told me to move
Alright.
forward. Trapped.
Alrighty, and he will focus on you, Urit, as something spikes at your mind.
did it add nothing?
Did add 3, yes.
Not.
Alright,
Well,
it
that's
will,
too bad. Yeah, it's fine.
it will lash against you as you feel something pierce deeply. And, oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no, you are stunned.
You're dead.
It's only a stun. It's fine.
Let me double check how long this lasts. Until the start of my next turn, you are stunned, my friend. You feel your body
dare
just lock up. You're not paralyzed, but
It's fine. I'm already laying down.
this is true. Yes. No one knows this.
Taking a nap.
Yeah, you're just planking. Like, okay, no one knows. Alright, Koba's gonna kind of scooty on forward. And I believe he's got insane range, so let's see. I think it was like last, and he knows that, so he's gonna go ahead and target this little skitterer. Try to remove that advantage. Both, another one hit. All right, with 2 quick blasts, Hova removes this thing from the premises. All right,
I
more,
missed being able to shoot my cantrips twice.
I know, right? More skittering as the creatures get closer. Valen, what you got?
Oh, kind of liked the bow last time.
Worked pretty well.
Pew pew.
All right, that will definitely strike for 12 damage as the arrow soars through the sky. The creature attempts to spin his staff and block it, but it's almost as if the arrow hurts.
Imagine if you had downfall prepared.
That'd be dope.
What's it called? Downfall?
Down.
Was it
Something like that, yeah.
Earthbind or something?
Huh?
Stop. Yeah, he has something like that.
Earthfall?
What?
Stop being up.
Yeah, the one spell that forces creatures to not fly, basically.
Forces them to down.
He would be falling.
Earthbind?
He would be falling 50 feet.
That would hurt.
Oh, that Earthbind safely makes them descend, so he wouldn't take any fall damage.
Was it?
Yeah,
Boo!
That's weird.
it says that in the spell.
That's stupid.
That is very
It
stupid.
should literally just be.
It just drags them down slowly.
All right. The creature is going to attempt to cast a spell on Kakashi, but I'm 99% sure he has Mage Slayer, which I think happens before. When they cast a spell, not before, you get an opportunity attack on them.
Yeah.
He's going to do
Stabby
that.
stab.
And that is enough to kill it. The creature begins to and before it's able to finish the incantation with a quick whip of his blade, Kakashi splits the creature's face down the middle. It shudders, spurts ichor, and falls dead. Begins to dash and move around the corner. He's attempting to avoid eye contact with the block. Alright.
Luckily, I said there's probably something around, or some more of them around here before
There's-
I got stunned.
More skittering.
Yes.
Alright. Unfortunately, Eric, you are just stunned. I believe that means you can't do anything.
I vibrate.
Incapacitated, can't move. You can only speak falteringly.
Things are not going as planned.
Unfortunate.
Luckily, I'm still prone.
This is true. Alright, Kiara.
Calculated proning.
You and the baby.
Bibi?
Doing the baby.
Hey, baby.
This thing isn't too far to hit, right?
No. I mean, your
Y-
range is like
you-
120 feet
Yeah,
anyways.
you got some bonkers, right? The only thing to be out of your range would be near the bottom.
Actually, I don't think Firebolt reaches.
It does. 120. Kitsune B
Firebolt,
does.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why they're the same.
I'm
All
pretty sure,
right.
yeah.
What do
I'm
I
pretty sure
got
all one.
left? Yes.
The old Scorching Ray. Alright, just go ahead and roll up all three and we'll just add the damage together. How's that sound?
I mean, do note we can't take long rests. So don't use all your spell slots.
I
Indeed.
know.
Okay, so all three of those
That's
are going
why
to
I'm
hit.
rationing.
Go ahead and do some math for me. We have 8 plus 2, 15 plus Jesus. Oh, God.
Don't forget your firearm.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Firearm does base damage. Minus 18 more damage, but it's all fire, so he's going to resist it. Okay, so he is resistant to fire. He takes all of these hits, so it's 15 plus 18 plus 2, and then cut in half because he's resistant to fire damage. But all the same, all three strike him. He attempts to erect a magical shield to stop you, but is unable to do so.
All right, and the baby.
The baby wants to go.
Is it Bibi?
The baby is
Oh my
excited.
God.
The baby blasts and does
Bibi
a
did it.
very helping amount of damage, and the creature is bloodied. Do you want to move him back 5 feet?
Yes.
You do that.
You do the thing.
You do the thing. He erects another force field and is shot backwards 5 feet. Kakashi needs to bounce. Let's see.
Bye, Kakashi.
He essentially
Kakashi
skates.
also turns into a spider and
Yeah,
walks up the
he
wall.
essentially skates up the wall, some sort of shadow step, and slinks up next to this creature quickly. Both his blades lashes out against it.
Stop stealing the show.
felling it in a single blow. he turns to you guys and like, hey.
Hey, look, my stun ended.
Yes, it did. You can go and remove that. Let's see. Will he do it again? Let's find out. Hey, you succeed, so
Stunning performance.
you don't need to mess with that shit. You just take half damage.
Still big damage though.
Indeed. All right, the creature will begin to sort of meander about. All right, Kovu, your turn. What do you want to do, Kovu? Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot in the face. That's what Kovu do. Kovu 1. Kovu 2. Okay, those both going to hit. Because AC is that high. It is not. It was barely hit. Excellent. 15. And then minus 12. All right, creature is not down, but it is very clearly hurting Valen.
Oh boy. I mean, the bow's working out.
Bow's working out. This creature looks like it's on its
Gonna go
last
more pew pew.
limb, and as you go pew pew, the creature, you can tell, is attempting to cast one last spell before it's able to get the final word off. The arrow soars through the air and strikes it down.
Spicy.
Very. It gurgles to its death as it falls and plummets 50 feet to the floor with a splat.
Yeah, crud, you're pretty good.
You can feel he's very that. Of course, did you expect anything to? Right, another trapdoor seemingly opens in front of you all. This time,
Hey, that's
Yara.
cheating.
This time Kiara, yes.
He focuses on you. Fortunately for you, my friend, you're able to resist the thrall. And this idiot has revealed himself. Alright, you're up.
Oh, first I'm gonna have to stand up.
Okay.
Remove.
Hey, look, he's exactly 15 feet away. How convenient.
Gee, I wonder why.
Oh, hey there, buddy.
Hello.
Swing one. That. Ooh, actually, does that? Yes, it does.
Wait, does it?
Yeah, it is. Plus X.
It does?
Momentum, baby. Holy mother. Alrighty, with two
Hey, or the
quick
last one.
smashes of your hammer, this creature is already on its back leg. It's starting to kind of skitter away from you, and you can see its flesh is torn open, and this pallid ichor is leaking out of it.
Acre.
Yeah.
Eh. It's trying to walk away from me, you said?
It's scared of you now. You just beat the shit out of it in 2 quick hits.
How far away can Runic 8 go?
60?
60. Just out of range, too bad. I'll just keep it to myself.
Okay, sounds good. Oh, Spawn Boy, what are you gonna do? Let's see, I kinda wanna kill everybody. That sounds pretty good. Let's go ahead and do that. Who's...
Sounds kind of lame.
Oh, okay. Sure there, buddy. Alright, it's going to fling 2 globules of heat at you. You can see them scurrying and preparing to strike. The first one strikes.
Or Urit.
The second should miss, as it does. The creature screes out in anger. Yara.
Carrara.
Harara. Hiruru.
Alrighty, did I die? Woo.
Did what?
I said, alrighty, did I die?
You shoot a quick blast of fire over Urit's shoulder and strike this creature down as flames engulf it. And it burns.
I point at the other one.
I say, are you going for Casey Protector or blast him?
Casey Protector.
Okay. The quick protection of Casey helps all friends in need. Urit's just pointing at the other one. Waiting for Casey to fire, and you turn and Casey is not firing.
I point pointing menacingly.
You continue pointing, and Mr. Kakashi readies his bow.
KC doesn't
I believe
care.
he critically misses. All right, it kind of flies off to the side, and he quickly puts the bow away, hoping you saw that.
Oh, my eye!
We all saw that.
All right, two more quick blast of Eldritch energy. Rend this foe asunder. And again, it seems all relevant enemies on this map have been cleared. Gosh, kind of jolts
I
back
don't
over to you
trust
guys.
that. I'm going to look for more enemies.
Okay, go and roll me per sea film.
I heard skittering. It has to be skittering.
There's always skittering. Actually, yeah, roll me with advantage because you got your tremor stats. All right. As you look around Urit, you can tell that there are still some enemies about, and some are actually burrowing underground, but these seem to be the smaller ones.
The small lads.
The small lads, yes. Currently, they're not looking toward you, but as I mentioned, they are underground and they're moving towards the west, back towards our base.
Oh. Well, that's not allowed.
That's cheating.
I mean, they're going to be forced to go up anyway, because we have the big ass tremor thing in our base.
Mm.
The anti-burrow totem.
Yes.
Till that moment, they will be unseen. All right. Before we transition to the next phase, are we healing? Are we popping anything?
Alright.
Probably. What? Are you gonna heal?
I mean, I'm fine.
Would
Okay.
you like some healing?
I can just drink a potion if you want to, sure. I don't want you wasting high-level spell slots now.
It's not high level. There you go.
Yeah, sure.
Max.
That rolled max? Did roll max.
How
Alright,
much health is it? It's 32. How much can a potion heal?
I'm gonna roll one of those heals for Bob. I don't want the boy to die.
Can't Cobb heal himself too?
Yes, he can, but he only has like one charge of that.
The one
And
heal.
he has one heal, and he's saving it for if someone goes down because he wants to protect his friends.
Nice. Spicy.
Damn.
For Chunkus. Ooh, almost max. Beautiful.
3 off.
All right. And on our way to the next scene, go ahead and clear any temporary HP you have.
I'm just inspecting Karad's bow.
Are you looking for anything in particular, or just kind of cheeky checking it
No,
out?
I'm just like, damn, this thing's really good.
It's like, well, good, I made it myself. I'm glad you approve. Yep. Alrighty. We're going to cut back to the map. Alrighty, this threat has been taken care of. Looking about and seeing what you all can see, it's difficult to make out as it's a little over a mile or so out in the distance. There is a looming threat. It seems to have stopped for whatever reason. This is probably due to the spires and such we have put out. But as you guys begin to look around, you pause for a moment and you realize that
Oh, no.
soldiers,
Should we be on the other map, by the way?
yes,
I'm still
soldiers
on Desert
are
Hill.
soldiers are indeed fighting around you, but they seem to be growing tired. Something seems off. As you begin to look at
Arcana checks.
Hmm?
Covert Arcana checks.
is it Kovu Arcana check?
Yes.
Yeah, that's like his first stat. That's your stat, Kara.
What? Kubu always Arcana checked.
He does, and it's going to be bad. I don't know where his token is. Here, I know it's probably
He
0
does it, but
because
he wasn't great at it.
5. There you go. That's very Kovu. Constantly Arcana checking for no reason. He walks into a room, Arcana check. That's not how that works. Doesn't matter.
I mean, if you want advantage, I can literally give you one of my runes, I guess, for half a second. Because apparently that's allowed. That's how it works.
Interesting. I would say for the purpose of Kovu, probably.
It's weird. It doesn't specifically say that I can give it away, but at the same time it says if you hold the item, you can have advantage on Arcana checks.
Very interesting.
So as long as I'm alive and I give it to someone, they have advantage on Arcana checks.
Very important distinction, being alive and all that.
Yeah, I mean, I power it, so basically that's a requirement. But
You're a little battery man.
basically.
your battery plan.
Living's overrated.
Exactly. For nerds. Nerds and a living people? Wow, I got good English, man. You should rate my English
A
10 out
whole
of
living
10.
people.
A
Living
whole
people.
I
ass.
identify as a 12-volt battery.
Those livers. Those freaking livers. I'm jealous of those livers. You guys look about and you can see soldiers are slowing down. They are still fighting. They're still trying, but there's something off. And as you guys look around, there were locations that were mentioned, key locations, ones that needed to be taken care of before the beast was. And as you guys look to the north and look to the south, you see that the signal was to light a fire. And that has not occurred. So apparently they are still fighting for whatever reason with this beast.
Can we go help?
You may help at either location. You guys are obviously much closer to this other one.
I mean, I'm willing to believe that south is honestly fine
Probably.
because
Yeah, that-
Yoshiro and his massive fucking army is there.
Well, keep in mind, his army is playing defense right now. The E by
Alright.
himself went off with like 5 people. And then some of the UNT.
He'll be fine.
He'll be fine. He's like level 25 or something. He's half a god
Pres-
himself, basically.
Prestige class. So you all may choose where you wish to go. I will say if you travel too far to the north, I'm gonna ask. I'm asking for a Constitution save. 1 to the north. Well, sorry. Regardless of which direction we go, north or south, we need a Constitution. It'll be more hazardous going. It'll take some. Not a lot.
We could ask for messages, I guess, to see what the status is on both sides. If they're still around.
You blow the horn again, and you get a slightly delayed reaction. Some sort of puffing. He's like struggling to hold his shield, and he just drops the damn thing. Kind of twirls a spear as he's just finished dispatching a creature, and he begins to walk over to you. You can see a few other folk that are kind of looking about, and he approaches your group, breathing heavily and looking to each of you and says, "What's the problem?"
We
I would
were-
like a status report.
Yeah, wondering if any of you needed help.
Hey, he looks a little dazed as
They
he
look exhausted, honestly.
looks about
He
to
looked
the north
terrible.
and then to the south. You can tell he's up close. He is sweating. He actually looks like he hasn't slept that day. His skin is more pallid than it definitely should be. His eyes have bags, and he's looking around. He kind of pauses for a second to collect himself and goes, "Gods, there must be some effect." Hey, he looks over to the east, and just a sense of
Have we felt any of this, or
no. Interesting enough, you haven't.
I'll give him an Arcana check as well, I guess.
Yeah, Kiara now Arcana checks.
You guys are looking around you and sensing both from him.
Oh, God.
Baby? Both from
I
him.
more so try to. Can I also add my tremor sense into this to like feel the magic in the earth, basically?
Yes, definitely. And feeling
Because Earth
around
does
you,
have a idea of what's happening, but
there is an overwhelming sense of gloom. It's almost as if life is being sapped from the very air. You guys aren't really having too many issues breathing, but it almost looks as if he's just climbed a mountain. Looking around you, multiple men are like this. They just look absolutely exhausted. Keyword.
it makes
And-
sense. The thing is sucking up all the magic.
They seem much more tired. We have been fighting for at this point about an hour or so, marching probably 2 hours realistically how close we are. With all the marching, yes, we are getting closer and closer, but he definitely sees that. And as you guys look around, the mark of each location have been cleared to the north and to the south still are not cleared. And he answers you and says, "I would assume they're still in battle. If they're anything like what we're going through right now, I would imagine it's rough."
He's from the south side, right?
This individual came from the south, yeah, not from the fight, of course. Basically, there are people just running about everywhere, taking out the small ones before they get close.
Yeah.
They are, of course, way too far spread out. There are various messengers, such as this one you're currently speaking to, that are their job is basically to attempt to relay information.
No, I guess I guess I'll ask if Yasuo's group is basically making progress. If they have it in the bag.
With the commander there, they should be just fine. I don't see there be an issue. He brought a fairly formidable force with him.
Right.
I cannot speak for the soldiers that moved to the north, but all the same, if you're free, either could definitely use your help as well. He looks at the skies again, and it looks as if neither have cleared yet.
Hey, you guys want to split up the party?
That's a good idea.
That could
It's
never
always
go
a
wrong.
good idea.
Yeah. Up to y'all.
I mean, I don't mind making the con saves going north.
I'll
Mainly,
probably be
mainly
fine.
because I have a +9 in con, but you know.
That does help.
Yeah, I think I'm okay doing that.
You guys want to go north?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Basically, what's gonna happen
we could
is
say Kakashi can go south, but
sure, you can do that.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Kakashi kind of
maybe
salutes you guys
Tofu
and
can
says,
go with him,
I'll meet up with you guys later.
and then die off screen and make Kiara now.
Kobu is attached to the hip to Kiara. He will stay with her.
Wow.
I mean, he came all this way. He ain't leaving you now. Leaving up nothing to chance. And as you guys do look about, you kind of get a feel for yourselves and those around you. You can tell that, yes, they are 100% being magically trained. Were it not for some force, something protecting you all, you do get the feeling that you would most likely be exhausted by it. You're not sure how exhausted, but it'd be rough.
How does Kakashi have the magic thing then?
Very fine. Unfortunately, he left before he could answer. But he does start
Oh, no.
jogging to the south. I mean, you guys can technically ask him before he leaves.
Nah.
Okay. That's if you want to, you're more welcome. But yes, he does head to the south.
It's fine. It's probably drow magic. It's fine.
He does head to the south.
What about Kovu though?
The
And
filthy drow magic.
Is he immune to it because he's undead?
maybe
Oh, yeah, maybe.
looking about. I mean, you can ask Kova's with you guys. You want to ask him, actually?
I mean, we'll probably randomly mention it.
I'll say,
We are probably immune because of the mark that we have on our chest.
to put it this way, you guys will be marching north for about 30 minutes to an hour, so you guys have time to ask if you wish.
All right. How's he look?
He does look tired, but not like the other soldiers. He does seem to be in better shape. And he is kind of looking at the guy, and he's not entirely sure if it's... He knows it's magical, and he obviously would press, but we don't have time for that. So he's kind of...
Wait, which group did Droom go with actually? Or is he defending?
All of our NPCs from the town are with her.
Nice. I wonder how he's doing, because he used to be a minion.
Indeed.
Effectively.
But do you guys
We shall
ask
find
Kovu,
out now.
or do you just look at it?
I'll ask.
We'll
When
see,
you
mentioned it.
yeah, when you do mention it, he does say, I actually think I know what's causing it for. Not your
You do?
yes, your friend Garth. He and I had a discussion before we headed out here. Something about some protection from his god or something. I told him I was good. I already have a god that I worship, but he did something, some sort of quick incantation, some sort of chant. He said it would protect me in the field of battle.
Oh.
It was something special that you guys already had. Whatever. If you have it here, I did.
Wait, can we still see the marks?
If you open your shirt, yeah.
Yes.
Well, they did the same thing. Then he should have a mark on his chest already, right?
No, we got blessed by God. God just gave him a blessing, basically, a small one.
It's like a temporary blessing.
Oh, okay, I got
Like
it.
like we have full on tattoos, and he has like a the temporary tattoos. It
He's
washed
got like a
off.
little smiley face.
Look
Not the smiley.
It'll come off.
It's on his cheek. It's cute.
Okay, so what we're going to do is this is going to be a somewhat perilous trek north, as there is, of course, only magical darkness pulsing throughout here. The land is being drained of its energy. There's also countless enemies, and rather than actually fighting them all, we're just going to do a Constitution save to attribute all of this. The target number is a 15, and what's going to happen is we're going to take 3d4 plus 3 damage, and then half on a success.
Nice. I actually failed it.
Yara. Wow, the 1% expected to succeed it. Okay, interesting.
I mean, I could give
Oh my
myself
God.
a
Don't look
thing,
at
I
that.
guess.
You didn't see that?
How dare?
I saw it.
The GM doesn't know how to roll.
I give
Delete it, I'm
myself
an
runic.
idiot.
I give myself Runegate and win anyway.
You want to roll again? Go for it. I'm
What
pretty
with
sure you can do that
Runegate?
with your. I mean, wait, with your magic
That's
shit.
just magic
with
shit.
sorry, didn't you say you can give yourself advantage for like shock rune?
If
Or whatever?
I have Storm Rune active, yes.
You have
But
it
I
active?
don't have it active.
Okay, then never mind.
No, it's a 1 minute effect. I'm not gonna use it.
Oh yeah, don't do that. You'll be gone instantly.
It's a yeah, once a day.
Yeah, definitely don't do that. It'll be gone. This is like an
If
hour
you
walk.
roll it with, I'm just gonna reroll it with inspiration. It's fine
Do
because we still have 3.
you want to use that for that? It's only 10 damage.
I'm fine. Sure,
It's-
I'll take
it's-
the damage.
Okay, it's literally you're literally saving 5 damage.
Take it.
So Valen and Kiara subtract 5 from your health, and Urus subtract 10.
Point.
Urt gets overly confident and slips and falls on his nose.
Hey, Erd, are you okay down there?
That's kind of rude to say, actually.
Oop, oh no, I warped you.
Is that a short joke?
Hey, he hurt his nose. It wasn't meant to be, but it could be.
Oh, it's a short
Just
joke now.
wait.
That's just rude.
Once I hit level 10, I'll be only 1 head shorter than you.
Wow.
I'm basically gonna grow a foot.
The world's tallest dwarf.
One hole?
Basically, I'll be 5'2", I think.
Are you really a dwarf at that point? Or just a short human?
No, a short human would be a halfling. 5'1" even.
A half man. One of those half boys.
A halfling is actually a derogatory term.
Call them Furfoot.
They're actually called hobbits.
What is this?
Hobbitses.
No.
Alright. You guys were yeeted
They're
somewhere,
actually called tall gnomes.
and I'm not entirely sure where. I'm not loading that real quick. Where choose to put the two?
Oh yeah, this is definitely where I should be.
I don't know.
Hello, yes?
Somewhat confused.
It is I. I don't have friends anymore. They all died.
Oh, what the hell?
It didn't spawn any of you, did it?
Oh,
there you
we're
guys are.
outside the map.
I'm
Yeah,
here.
Outside the map.
I'm way up in the corner.
Oh, wait,
I'm
you're
at
on
the
now.
bottom.
Wait, Kara,
That's
where'd you
nice.
go?
Oh. Wait,
She's
No.
there.
Did you delete yourself?
No,
she's still in the corner.
did you just try to move me?
nope. The game deleted you.
I can
I'm-
see her. Can you
okay.
see my token?
I'm literally right here, Hub. See, so you
Damn
can
it.
see the edge of my token.
I'm aware. I'm deleting you guys and just giving you new ones.
I can-
No.
Why would you delete me?
Give me
Wait,
my baby
run,
back,
other me.
please.
Because
Run.
those were bugged. Oh no, there's a second one. Shit, kill it.
Run!
Kill
No!
it.
Hey, look, there's another Kiara.
Yeah, you're like bugged to the wall right here. I can see the end of your token. That is incredibly strange.
What's funny, when I'm outside the map, I can see the entire outside of the map.
Really?
The moment I go in, it's all black.
Super weird. You got your...
Yes. Take a nice splash in the water.
Alright, you guys exist again. Congratulations.
Yay.
Yeah,
I always existed.
this is everybody, right? The Badger and... Okay,
Look,
cool.
Father, now you can turn into a fish.
I can turn into a fish, but will I?
No.
I can turn into the
Are there actually any
like
like
giant crab.
strong? Are there any strong fish people actually?
there's the giant crayfish. It's not really a fish, but
I mean, it's a water creature, I guess.
The big fish.
I think the octopus, the giant octopus is decent as well.
actually I don't have that on my list.
Really?
What, giant octopus?
Yeah,
Well,
I thought I had giant octopus. He's not on here.
I'm not sure.
Where's my giant boy?
It's a very useful one because it can grapple, right?
Yeah, it auto grapples if you hit.
That, yeah,
And the
super
best
annoying.
part is it doesn't drown instantly. It takes like an hour, so you can actually use it above ground as well, or above water.
Actually, I think it auto restrains on hit.
Yeah, it's strong.
Alrighty. You guys can see the map and everything?
Yep.
All right,
Yeah.
perfect. It seems up ahead as you all move forward. What we can see here is essentially a very similar to the tall tower we ran into just recently. There is another step up here. There are almost countless of these crawlers scurrying down, and you see Noth blasting them. Disseminate is just letting loose, giggling, shooting off fireballs and just bolts of everything she possibly can. Karth is dispatching creatures with his spear, and I guess, interestingly enough, so is Kieran. They both have the same weapon. I didn't mean to do that. Perfect. Musla is kind of chilling back. He is both just punching the shit out of them and also
Hell
blasting
yeah.
things from a distance with fire. He's picking them up and just ripping them in half, but there are so many of them, they are having an issue moving forward. You can also tell that Karth is fighting at effectively his max potential. You guys have seen Noth and Disseminate fight before. They seem somewhat lagging behind. They seem a bit tired. You're not entirely sure. You're probably sure what's affecting this.
Probably the lack of a blessing.
Yes, most likely. So they're doing their absolute best. Droon is doing as Droon does, and he's basically defending Noth. Karth is defending Simine, and Musla is a big one. So they're all fighting off as many enemies as they possibly can. They're slowly moving forward, but if they've been fighting as long as you guys have, they've been here for a while, just trying to move forward. They are currently stuck for all intents and purposes. They've basically met stalemate. Of course, at the very, very top, you can see, you guys probably can't see it, tokens, but you can see at the very, very top of this location, there is indeed an enemy waiting, the same one we've seen multiple times. Let me go ahead and just reveal the whole map for you guys.
That's a lot of lads.
That's a lot of lads. At the very top, you can see him, and he's protected by 2 of the flying ones and multiple of the small ones. And as you guys approach this scene, you can see them just fighting and fighting to the best of their ability and slowly pushing forward. Prior to this, you actually see waves of dead crawlers. You guys are just watching over like piles of corpses. You can tell they've probably been at this for like an hour, just slowly pushing forward. Disseminate probably against her not better judgment, but her absolute joy that she has in life is probably low on spell ability and is currently using lower tiered spells. You don't know if she blew her load early or if maybe she wisened up and is
Definitely did.
trying to save.
She probably did.
Probably did, yes, knowing her. So that is the scene that is presented before all of you.
All right, well, we gotta help.
They do not notice you. They are focused on the fight. They don't even hear you guys approach.
Blow the
gonna-
horn of cavalry.
Run up. My
Okay.
boy Musla.
All right, did you say anything as you approach?
No. I'm just gonna walk up and shoot at the one of the things that he's trying to kill.
Okay, excellent. He is about to just smash one into paste, but you stick it through the head with your arrow, and it kind of like its body just instantly goes limp, and it kind of ragdolls off to the side, and he just kind of punches the ground, breathes in heavily, and looks to you and goes, "Valiant friend, you've returned.
Yeah.
How are things southward?"
We don't know way down south, but kind of more southeast-ish. Everything's taken care of.
Excellent. I believe he looks down southward, way beyond the horizon where Yashiro should be, and the fire has not been lit just there, so they're not just done. He looks back to you and says, "Ours and Yashiro's should be the final 2 points before we can move to the end. Also, check out this shit." And he turns, and one of the flying ones comes toward him, and he kind of like clenches, and you hear him chanting as the ground here is just barren. But as he's like really trying to force the spell, vines and various plants burst up from the earth and grab onto this creature, pull it down, and he just like double fist smashes it, and you can just hear its hide just crack, and he goes, "I love it."
Nice.
All right, and Kira,
So proud.
you guys move forward. I'm here too, Musla. I've been
Big
punching
tub.
people. They can hear your conversation, and Noth turns as he's shooting off bolts of ice, and primarily ice. He's learned that fire doesn't work too well on them, but it's really hard not to do fire. It's just so fun.
He has ice?
He does, yes. He has a crossbow.
Oh.
Not to say dragon of ice and fire.
Druin turns to you guys, and without really a word needing to be said, he just kind of nods and continues working away, chopping away at the enemy. Karth kind of almost
I'm gonna casually walk up and how's things here?
things are going decently. They're shit. They're honestly kind of shit. And he kind of points behind and says, "Look at all that. We've been cutting through these guys for like an hour."
Yes.
And
You
Drew kind of
feeling the draft power as well.
Drew nods at that, and they what'd you say?
If they've been feeling the draft power as well.
They nod. Yeah, they say there's definitely something dark at play here. Apparently, Karth is attempting to assist us with something, but well, apparently his well is tapped dry. Apparently, we'd be dead, but for whatever he did. So I'll just trust him.
Yes. Luckily, we are protected by his god. So.
Good. I should get me some of that.
Well, after you've proven yourself here, I'm sure you'll be more than welcome to allow you
Capital.
into his society.
You do see them indeed fighting and doing their absolute best. PR, do you say anything or do anything before you're also my dear?
I'm here to help too.
All right, they cheer as you arrive with little Casey. Casey kind of wheels their way forward to join the fray. All right, and we're going. Yes.
Can Casey? Bwam.
Wom. Shield. Tova wants some too. All right, fine, for you. Tova doesn't want any, man.
I mean, Casey can run over.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, that was what 11. I can give it. 11. All right, we got some shield. Everyone feels reinvigorated at that, and they continue fighting forth. Basically, what I'm going to do here mechanically is just slowly move them forward now that you guys have arrived, and they will eventually be able to help, whether it be ranged or melee. But we are going to pause the session here. We do know the final battle looms over the horizon, and this is only one step. We arrive. Are we getting close? Also, Foundry, someone having a seizure. One token and lose all the tokens. So that's my note.
Reset queue.
Reset queue or pause the session because it's been about 4 hours, almost exactly. I love time.
Whoa!
Holy shit! Okay, we're gonna pause it there. Thanks for running, everyone. It's been super fun. We'll catch you all for most likely the finale next week.
Oh boy.
Exciting.
I mean, this is